Welcome back to Minhal, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Nick, if you're worried nobody can see you at the moment, I have the map pulled up for our fine viewers. Um, we're going to do something a little different with the recap. If nobody volunteers, then I'll do the recap. But if somebody would like to volunteer to do a recap of last week since Timber wasn't here, uh, you'll get a free point of inspiration for tonight.
Does it have to be a good recap?
However you want to do it.
Okay. So I'm probably forgetting a lot, so you might need to do a recap after this. But we went back to town. We spoke with that guy who was Thrandil's uncle. Winter promised revenge if she ever ran into the killer first. We went shopping, got some +1 to her armor, which she was very excited about. Timber had something they needed to do in the city, so we didn't get to see them for the session. The person in the forge was very forthcoming with information about dragons, and also gave our Half-Orc friend basically an apprenticeship at their shop, which they still haven't told Ildain about, which is going to be funny to see how that goes. Winter left a tribute to the dragon there as a way to show support. We left town. There was a fight there. Winter survived the entire time by being invisible, did no damage, so we have to work on that. But everybody survived. Here we are. Thank you for the inspiration.
There you go. Take the inspiration. Pretty good recap. You guys are headed south out of town, but before we do that, and before Timber even steps foot into Thrandil's trove of this and that, we go back to the night you guys arrived in town. Timber is in his room, and Mordella has knocked on his door. Timber has unbuttoned a button on his robe, hearing Mordella's voice. And I'm going to allow you to continue where you left off.
You there, Max?
Yeah, give me 10 seconds here to get my food out of my face so I can focus on this. And yep, hang on.
Okay. You tell me when you're ready.
I'm just going to hydrate real quick. I might need it for this, and we'll be good to go.
Oh, face
All right, let's roll.
Too bad his
Alright.
camera was off, because so
I
like
know,
as
right?
soon as you like said that thing, like he like starts shoving food in to like get it all done. He's like, "Oh shit!"
There he is.
All right. So yeah, Mordella, after Timber opens the door, and yeah, Mordella definitely notices that he's undone a button on his robe, and he's got a pretty smug look on his face, like he expected that this would eventually happen. And yeah, she just kind of says, "So, Timber, it seems as though our fates are intertwined. Do you worship the gods, Timber? Do you believe in their magics and their interaction with the common folk like ourselves?"
Well, I mean, I have known since the first moment I saw you that we were to be intertwined, and it is. Yeah, I have never had much time for the gods, and you know we have friends that their magic comes from that. That is not my way. The gods have never made time for me, and I have returned the favor to them.
Timber, at your tongue. You shouldn't say things like that about the gods. Yet, at the same time, I can understand where you're coming from. And so, I need to ask you, Timber, based on the guidance of Lyra, my destiny is tied with yours. Um, can we, as we travel together, become close and stay close? As is,
Uh,
as is my fate. It seems.
It's Milady, I see. It's going to be a long trip, and while nothing is guaranteed in this world, I do believe that we could indeed become well as close as you would wish to be.
Great. So you won't mind if I move my stuff into your room?
I mean, that's a. Ooh. Well, it's that's a
Just
bit
kind of starts
quick.
pushing the door open.
It's, I mean,
I
well,
wish I would have had the
of course
cameras
not.
on screen for
Please,
that.
please. How much? How much stuff are we talking here? I mean,
She has all her belongings in her hands. She travels light.
okay. Well, I mean, yes, of course.
She brought her toothbrush, Timber.
It's, yeah, yeah. He tries to collect himself.
As she like pushes past him and like starts setting stuff down and this and that, whatever, she goes, "Think of it, Timber. We'll be roommates now. You can see more of my magics, and perhaps you can teach me some of the ways you do magic without the gods."
He's closes the door and kind of collects himself a little bit, and he's like, "Well, lady, most this is a secret that most people do not know about me, but most of my miracles are actually performed without magic."
Timber, what a charmer you are.
You
And
could
since
take
we're sharing
inspiration
secrets
for that,
now,
Max.
and she says, "Since we're sharing secrets now, I'll share one with you. Should you ever get me in the sack, I will rock your fucking world."
Oh, my lady. Well, in that case, this is the restroom is over here. Please feel free to. I've got this drawer can be yours if you would like.
Let's not get ahead of
And
ourselves, Timber.
okay,
First
not
things
quite.
first, let's get better acquainted.
Oh yes,
Yeah, and we'll do that by me showing you another ritual that I perform. And she's going to cast protection from evil and good in the room. I think you just target a person, so she'll target herself.
all right. Well, Timber like pushes himself, his diminutive little frame, up onto the bed, and just sits there and pulls out his spell book and gets ready to start taking some notes.
Awesome. We're roomies now.
And we fade to
Yes.
black on the night, leaving so much to be imagined. And the rest of the day, for the rest of you, plays out as it did. Timber, you very early in the morning make your way out of Logan's Last Chance. You send the message. You did not get a reply. And then you make your way over to Trindle's Trove of this and that. Were you wanting to play that out, or since you did that stuff already, or
No, I think I'm good. I won't take up everybody else's time. Just so everybody's aware, I spend most of the time sitting in a back room of Trindle's, kind of buying and copying scrolls into my spell book.
and with the amount of gold you guys had, he got a lot of them. So, yeah, that plays out. Again, you guys spend the night in a room together. You wake up in the morning. Timber is just so worn out from staying up late. Copying spells, of course. And so when the
Got a
goblin,
cramp in my hand. It's crazy.
I am going
Here, Timber,
to,
let me rub your hand a little bit. I'll help you out.
in the chat, by the way, is the maps link. You guys want to click it and pull it up? I had the town of Tosin pulled up. you guys get on the cart. The ambush happens as it did. And you now find yourself here in the aftermath. I don't know how long it
Hey,
takes
you know what? I'm
to
getting
load
an
back
error
up for you
message
guys.
from that, Frankie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
Try
Might have to
again.
send a new link.
It's the same exact link, but I copied and pasted it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still airing out.
So it was doing that to me earlier, and I had to refresh it a bunch of times before it finally took. Hope not
Okay,
a lot
give
of
it a few
today's stuff
shots.
is gonna. Road block.
Looks like no dice so far.
Okay, well, what can I do in the meantime? Could do no, because that'll give stuff away. Uh-oh. Hopefully this starts working for you guys. Maybe if I refresh it on my side as the game master. Have you guys refresh it again?
I don't know. It's saying it's out of sync. I don't know. You want to try maybe closing D&D Beyond and open it back up? Maybe it'll
Yep,
generate a new link.
That is exactly what I'll do. Back to D&D Beyond. Actions, my campaigns, Wednesday table, launch maps. Loaded right up for me.
Hey, Max, while we're getting all this done, how does Timber feel about snakes?
I would assume as like someone who grew up in the Fey world probably wouldn't affect him much at all.
Okay, perfect. She has a pet snake.
So I refreshed.
Nice.
Maybe you guys closing your browsers and reopening it might work.
Mm.
Is the link the same? Now that you reopened it?
See? Paste it. It does look like it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue.
Yeah, it keeps saying it's out of sync thanks to Otto's irresistible dam.
Dang. Let me try opening up a different map. Because I was just trying to open up the grass field where you guys left. So let's just go into gameplay before I open the next map, and then once I open the next map, I'll try to get you guys to load in. First things first, which I forgot to do. Who would like to roll for the weather?
Do it.
Okay, roll a D100 for me.
74.
74. Hey, it's a beautiful day. Clear skies. Nothing slowing your guys' progress down. So as you leave from this goblin battle and head south, I was gonna allow, since Timber didn't get to take part, how about you guys play your mini game again? You guys roll dice off and start asking each other's questions. You're back on the road. Everybody roll a d20. Whoever's got the highest gets to ask anybody they want any question they want.
14.
9.
3.
So far, 14's the highest.
15.
Ooh.
Awesome.
I also got a 14.
Ildain?
Yay me. Again. I think Winter would turn and ask Mordella, I noticed you were sleeping elsewhere. Is everything okay with you? With us?
She looks at Winter solemnly and says, "Everything is perfect between us, and I am definitely okay. I have just found a new kinship in Timber that I wish to explore further. It's nothing anybody needs to worry about. It's just that Timber and I have become fast friends. Haven't we, Timber?"
Quite fast friends. The exploring of this friendship has been quite wondrous.
That was Winter's question. Everybody roll again.
Here we go.
7.
17.
20.
Ooh.
Or
4.
There
Okay,
you
this dice is
go.
going away.
It's Thrandil's turn.
Yeah. Hmm. Mm, Vraak, how goes your travel so far? Are you finding the company to be your liking?
I'll say one thing: it's never an uninteresting day.
That's for sure.
But no, I love the company. You guys are great from top to bottom. We got no real issues with anybody.
So no lack of trust or anything.
It's like I told Mordella yesterday. It's somebody who's willing to fight by my side automatically gains some kind of trust from me, because it's not like it's not like I'm part of the most popular race in the world here. So when I find people that are willing to fight by my side and do what's right, I lean into it.
That's good. Friends are what you need in a fight, and it's good to have you on my side. So,
Same here.
Okay.
yeah.
Next round.
Got 16 this time.
18.
at 20.
There you go.
A 4.
Timber
Again.
Timber can ask. Get him out now. Anybody he wants, any question he wants.
All right. We're on the road right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are just walking or riding the cart or walking or riding your horse, however you're traveling.
So Timber kind of puts his heels into his little Shetland pony, and he rides up alongside Thrandil, and he has to look almost straight up. But he kind of looks up and he's like, "So, Sir Thrandil, I have a question, and it's a bit of a we'll call it a difference in cultures type question. I noticed that the man that died back in town, that was your father, yes?
Aye, that's true.
And I noticed that when he died, you seemed very sad. Why?
I mean, he was my father. I don't understand. He raised me. He's the last living of the Wildson name. It's the last of my family line. If I were to die here today, there would be no more wild songs.
Okay. I apologize if my question was insensitive. It in the Fey world, family, there is no real a kinship, if you like. There's no sense of love or duty between families. We were just created from one another. So it's just another part of this world that I'm trying to come to terms with. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so you didn't love each other at all? It was just
No,
existing?
there was it was just existing. Like my what would be called a father out here was just a different Barry. Like it was he was there, and to be honest, a little bit of an asshole, but there was no emotional connection to him or the person that would be, termed my mother in this world. There's no emotional connection. It was just, I was created from them, and they kind of went their way, and I went mine, and so I'm just trying to figure out this piece.
So who raised you up through adulthood?
This-
Who taught you and fed you, clothed you?
Well, I was created much as I am now. When we in fairy terms, I would say I'm a young adult, but really time passes so much differently that I it's possible I was around before your father. It's possible that I've only been around for a few months. Uh, it's I am having well, I've been I went through the 4 years of college here because I was curious, but so it would be longer than that. But it's just it's a difference between the Fey realm and mine. But yes, no, I was created much as I am now. There was not necessarily a growing up or maturing process.
Sorry to hear
Really.
that. Living a life of loneliness is no fate for anyone, Fey or otherwise. So you have my condolences.
No, I'm quite happy with the way things are. To be honest, I guess I never knew true affection for others, but I am very happy with the way things are.
All right. I didn't know that about the Fae, but I appreciate you telling me all that. It's a wide world out there, and it shows we know very little of it.
Right. And Frankie, if I just destroyed the Fey that you have built for
I'm
your
running with
worlds,
it.
I
My notes
apologize.
say fairies have no family. Also, I put in next to Timber's name in parentheses sociopath. So
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
so who's left? Ildain?
I think
have
so.
Mordella,
Yeah, Cook hasn't.
and Cook. You three roll off. Wow, I just learned a lot.
Nick
Another
put in
4
chat he
again.
had to step away for a second.
Okay.
I got a
I got an
14 this time. Okay.
I'm back. I got a 13.
I'd like to ride my horse up to wherever. We're probably right next to each other already, but to Ildain. Kind of so that nobody else can hear, and I just want to do like an emotional check-in. Like, how are you holding up?
I'm okay. Like it's different than home in a good way. Also I guess bad ways because we're fighting different things than normal. But I don't know. We seem to have fun in between the battles, and sometimes even the battles are kind of fun. Um, how are you doing?
Funny question. Um, I'm doing great because yesterday I got the job with Gruff.
I think they're probably gonna be on a bigger horse than I have because I have like a little pony type thing. But I am gonna like sidle over and like slap her on the back. Like, oh my god, that's awesome! How did you wait till now to tell me?
I mean, I wanted to tell you earlier, but we didn't really. There were goblins around, so.
I probably still could
But
have yelled that out.
But I'm excited. I want to get back to town, but I know we got stuff to do. Also, he told me I need to work on my forging. Not really work on the technique, but come up with something that's my signature. I'm gonna need some help with that. I don't know how to make the
Yeah.
stuff my stuff.
So, I didn't. I know my parents like own their own little thing, but I wasn't really helpful. I just used the weapons and beat up a lot of shit. Um, so if you want me to test stuff out, I can help you there.
Yeah, my
But I
mom
don't
didn't
know if
really
I
have a
could.
my mom didn't really have a signature. She just made stuff for the town and was kind of just glad that you guys were using it. So I don't really know what to do here. We'll figure it out.
Probably put in some sort of like. Not really. You should put some emotion into it. That's just yours. And it can be like ironic. Like you hand someone a weapon, but you've like worked forgiveness into it.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm just writing this down.
Ildain kind of sits higher on her horse because she said something smart. Or at least she thinks she did.
Where's the echo at during this?
Probably since I'm on a horse, I'd probably say not present, and
Okay.
I'm kind of not stressed out, so I'd probably not around.
Okay. So that leaves Ildain and Mordella.
Ildain, you
I'm
go
gonna.
first, and then I'll go.
Okay. I probably heard kind of overheard the story about the Fae, and I probably know next to nothing about them. But I'm pretty sure I also know next to nothing about Dragonborn. And I doubt they made it very far into where I'm from. So I'm kind of nod my head at Vraak and just kind of wherever winter is, and just kind of sidle up to them and just be like, "Hey, I don't see a lot of Dragonborn in, from my home, and that's obviously not who we were kind of trained to fight. Um, but you seem like a very interesting people. Did you leave family behind?"
Not a big one, just my parents who they did not fully understand my interests. And when my interest took me out of the island in which we live, they did not seek to join me or help me with finding my way. So while my people are an interesting one in ways I have not yet shown and might not show, depending on my mood and how well this invisibility goes for me, my culture is one centered around an ancient dragon who has since vanished from this world, and there are questions as to where he has gone, why he has left, and I seek answers to those questions because, unlike other cultures in the world, we cannot communicate directly with our god, our dragon. We get no omens, no nothing like that. So we have nothing but silence to work towards with our history. So that is why I'm out here. And you will not see many Dragonborn because most do prefer not to leave the island because that is where we are safest because we are among our own kind.
Understood. Was your island pretty?
It was very pretty. There were rainforests everywhere. I mean, you couldn't trust people, but it was very pretty, like geographically.
Okay, Mordella.
Mordella is going to approach Ildain, and she's going to. Is Ildain's shadow present at all times?
No, I think
Or echo, I
it's
should say, not shadow.
yeah, echo. It kind of comes out when I'm like anxious or like in battle kind of thing, like a I don't want to compare it to like a panic attack, but like I get stressed out and it'll pop up, or I can call it. Like if I in a way I summon it or whatever.
Okay, so Mordella
But I
is
don't think
going
it's
to say, Ildain, your spirit companion? I'm not sure. What is that follows you around? And I'm not talking about Vraak. Is it a spirit, or is it something else?
It's my sister. And I would say that probably Mordella would notice that I get like where I was kind of probably laughing with Vraak and smiling and kind of outgoing. You would see me like not shut down, but I would get very like kind of withdrawn, I guess. I think you would see that.
And, reacting to that, Mordella is just going to say, I didn't mean to offend you or make you sad. I was just wondering, maybe in the future we can talk about this some more. When you're more comfortable with it, of course.
It's not something I don't think there would be comfort with.
You know why I asked, don't you?
I know a little bit about your magics from like overhearing.
So then you know
I just want to make
I
it
used the
really
souls of the
clear.
departed. Yes.
Yeah, and this one isn't departed, so you can't use this one.
Understood. I don't want to overstep my bounds. Even though in ways I already do.
I have no problem with curiosity. This one's not for use.
Wow, Mordella taking inspiration. That was heavy.
Okay.
Wowza.
Now I'm like worried that, Frankie's going to take the opportunity when the next roll I fail to bind a soul. He's going to be like, oh, guess what soul you just bound?
That was great. So you guys are traveling along southward. You're making good time. The morning is starting to creep into the afternoon. And you're just starting to think about maybe stopping for lunch. When I need perception rolls.
17.
Natural 20.
Nice. Of course it was.
16.
Second 20 of the night. It's feeling pretty good.
That new camera vibe.
Yeah, new camera
15.
and new dice, man. They're rolling great.
Oh, new dice too? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of new sets. I probably won't pick them up, but
Okay. So
Can I go by my passive perception?
nope. This is actively listening. Um
Then 4.
all of you but Winter hear this. And you don't know how. And Thrandil, you could actually make out the words, but you hear like this panic, this man's voice panicked, just off the tree line, and you hear, "Help! Help! Oh, Jinx! Jinx, get up!"
Guys, I think there's trouble up ahead. Sounds like some people on the road.
It's through the tree line. It's off the road.
Okay, got you. Up in the trees, I can hear them. Sounds like he's trying to get one of his friends off the ground. Might be danger. And Thrandil's gonna pull his hood up and stealth immediately.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth
Yeah.
roll.
Cool. Cool. That will be a 27.
Oh yeah, you are one with the shadows, my friend, as you step into the trees.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna move forward to try and see what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up there and see what's going on.
Okay, so Nick was able to pull up maps. Maybe you guys can.
I
pull
was
up maps.
also able to just pull it up.
While Thrandil rides ahead, Mordella wants to kind of like grab the reins of his horse and, you know what I mean, kind of corral it so it doesn't go taking
Yeah.
off or nothing.
So Thrandil, you come through and you hear like the whisperings of like spells being cast from more than one person, and you make your way into this clearing, and there are just spheres of darkness all over this field, and you hear the man's voice again. Oh God, somebody help! There's traps, and you hear a mechanical click, and then the sound of metal hitting bone, and then the thump, somebody hitting the ground, going unconscious.
Got you. How far away do I see them, or do I just hear it?
You can't. There's spheres of darkness all over, and you've got to figure that this person was in one. He screamed that there were traps, and he was about to say something else, but then
Okay.
you heard the click of a trap being triggered. And
Now this is just a clearing, right?
yeah, there's clearing. There's some trees here. There's some rocks and some cracks in the ground, but for the most part, yeah, it's a place where the woods kind of opened up.
Okay. Do I sense any other moving or anything?
No, what
Any
you
other
see
like
before
people?
you, as you were approaching stealthily, you heard several people casting spells, and now you come upon this field
Okay.
covered in spheres of darkness. And if you make a high enough Arcana check, give you more.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to draw my longbow off my back, and I'm going to commune with it and use Nature's Harmony, and I'm going to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay. So you want to talk to this tree next to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So you
And
you cast the spell, and
okay, I'll place my hand on its trunk and try to commune with it.
whoa, who's touching me, bro? What's up?
Hello, Great Oak.
Great. Hey, I like this guy.
Tell
What's
me,
up, man?
who? I'm not even using the accent. Who's encroaching on your forest? What are these shadows? What do you see from up high?
Well, man, I can't see into him. That's weird. Let me check my. Man, there's a lot of people here, man.
Yes, surely you
Guys.
must have seen them before they casted their magics.
Oh yeah, there was some people and two little people. They were running from. Yeah.
Yeah. What did they look like? The conjurers.
Well, they're like hairless Bears? No, they're smaller than bears, man. I don't know, man. I don't see a whole lot of things walking, man. I just sit here, soak up the sun.
Yes.
Hey, could you do me a favor, man?
Sure. What can I do for you?
There's this squirrel, and he's trying to live in my trunk, and he shits everywhere, man. It's getting old.
Yeah, I understand. I would not want a squirrel shitting on my limbs either.
But there's a
Yes.
bunch of people here, man. I don't know. It's like they're hiding from you.
Yeah, what do you think they're up about?
I don't know.
Causing any?
They wanted the little guy real bad, and he had another little guy, or I don't know, man. It had longer hair than him.
Yeah. Can we make a deal?
Yeah, man.
I'll remove all the squirrels from your trunk. If you could,
Sounds radical.
if you could look out for us and make sure none of these mages get close or harm us. And if you could do that, I'm gonna bring my friends through here.
My
I will-
roots only are like 60 feet, man, and I can tell you that there's only. Now they're standing still. I think there's only like one within 60 feet of me, man.
Oh, that close. Well, I don't want you to go out of your way. If you just, protect yourself where you are, and perhaps get the other trees involved, I will clear out all the squirrels. You have my word.
I appreciate that, man, but where do you think I'm gonna go?
A great tree like you, I'm sure your roots stretch far and wide.
All trees dream of being ants, but alas. So I just sit here and I photosynthesize, man. Yeah, but yeah, if I see anybody, bro, I got you.
And I'll make sure the squirrels bother you no longer.
Yeah, you should really find that little guy. He was in a load of trouble.
I'll do my best. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna find my friends.
I won't make like a tree and leave, man. I promise.
There you go. Okay, big guy. And I'm gonna skulk back over to everybody else. So I don't have a lot of information, but seems to be some sort of sorcery going on, and many traps and smoke shadows, and could be danger. There's some sort of small fellow caught up in the traps. I don't know how much longer he has to live, or what the situation is.
So we're just supposed to be able to find him. Only trouble is, look at all these freaking spheres of darkness. How the hell are we gonna do this?
I don't know. Yeah. So there's a story.
Play my puzzle, players.
Shit.
Your puzzle has me looking at this 3rd level spell without even being in combat yet. No.
So do you all approach this clearing?
Of course.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Go stealthy. They're close to the tree line. Whoever they are.
I think at this point my echo would definitely be present.
Okay, I will get a token for your echo.
This would have been a great time to have find traps prepared.
Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is, can I get you guys to roll initiative?
Big question. Have we taken a long rest since our last encounter?
I will give you a short rest because that was in the morning, and you guys have traveled for several hours now.
Gotcha.
21.
Nice.
Also 21.
13.
7.
4.
3.
Hey. Timber, you have approached and you see these magical spheres of darkness in front of you. You know that somewhere in there was somebody who needed help. If you want to make an Arcana check free as you approach,
Yeah, let's do that. 23.
yeah. So these are darkness spells. You've seen this a million times. You might even know how to cast it. And with 23, yeah, with the way the light is kind of shimmering on some of these spheres, you think some of them have silence cast on them as well.
All right. Well, I am going to. Sorry, are we up on the map? Let me.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I am just going to do a little bit of exploratory stuff. I'm going to look at the closest darkness to me. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Yep, give me one
Uh,
moment.
So he kind of looks at it, kind of rubs his hands together, pulls out a spell book, and goes, "God."
So that darkness sphere disappears, and there's nothing of note there.
That was a third level slot well used.
We learned
So
something.
I'm just going to relay. What's that?
We learned something.
Yeah. So I'm just going to relay to the rest of the party that, hey, not only these are darkness spells. It's pretty standard magic. There might also be some silence spells in here a little bit. But just tread carefully. There's I can only dispel so much magic, and there is much more in this clearing that I can get rid of.
Well,
Uh,
I don't know how much help it'll be, but perhaps I can use that trees to tell us where the closest enemy is. Perhaps we could dispel those circles instead.
You got told that there was somebody 60 feet. He didn't specify that it was the little man, so I'm going to say that somewhere about 60 feet away from him, he thinks he felt somebody.
So one of these close circles has somebody looking inside.
And actually, Thrandil, I will say that that is within 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Actually 40 feet from where you're standing is within that range. And we move on to winter.
Yeah, so Winter's not sure what to do here because all of her spells require people to be like visible, and she doesn't have dispel magic, so she is going to give bardic inspiration to Timber by saying, "Your wings are really beautiful in this light." And then she's just gonna kind of sit back and see what happens.
well, thank you, my lady. They're specially made.
Okay. Randall, you are up.
Um, I'm going to move. And I'm going to hide within the trees. And I'm going to hold my action until an enemy appears.
All right. Vraak, you are up.
Okay. Trying to figure out where exactly to move forward to. So within 60 feet. Let's see. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to move directly east, I think, to the edge of the next sphere of darkness. I
Okay.
got 30 feet of movement. There are spells that I could use that if I had prepared. This is annoying. This was a great puzzle, and it's so simple. But fuck me. I'll
You
hold
can
my
always
action in case
step
something pops
into
up.
it and see what happens.
Oh no, Vrack is not Ursa. She's not running in headlong. Um, I'll just hold my action in case something pops out
All right,
for an
Mordella.
attack.
All right, Mordella's got a reckless idea. She's going to dismount off the horse.
Yep.
And she's going to mount her broom of flying.
Ooh. I will
She's
mark
going
you.
to hover 5 feet off the ground.
Yep.
And then, all right, how much movement do I have left?
You haven't moved at all yet. 5 feet. So whatever the broom of
Okay.
flying speed is.
Great, the speed is 50 feet. She is going to just slice right through this sphere of darkness.
With-
Just fly right through it at 5 feet above the ground. Whoops.
Okay.
Stay there, Mordella. Don't
as
move.
soon as Mordella flew through that darkness, it vanishes. Oh, wrong tool. And in the middle of it is a bear trap.
Mordella says, it's simple, guys. Just fly through the darkness. The end of Mordella's turn.
Okay. Now we are at Ildain.
Okay, so Ildain's going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Here. And then she's 5 going to have Ildain. Hold on. 15 feet. Just going to put her in the middle of it. Of where I would think the middle of it would be.
Right. Is your
And then I'm holding my action.
I'm trying to think. Is the echo corporeal? Meaning that it interacts with everything it touches?
I believe it is. I would double check the rules on it, but I do believe it's like a
Okay.
corporeal form. You can attack from it, and
Can I
it can
get
be attacked.
Can I get a dexterity saving throw from your echo?
I don't. There was something like magic can't dispel it, and
Mm-hmm.
like it can't be poisoned, things like that. But I don't know anything else about that. So 9 dexterity saving throw. You said.
Yep.
10.
10? Okay. So your echo steps its foot down, and it right at the last second you hear a bear trap click, but it managed to pull its foot up before the bear trap closed on
Oh.
its foot.
Nice.
Okay, that brings us back up to the top with Timber Mcsunshine.
Okay. Timber is going to, he can also fly. We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Timber is going to fly right into the middle of, get him to right about, I think I can get to, I got 30 feet. Yeah, I can get to right there.
Okay, so the darkness disappears. Can I get Timber, Vraak, and Winter to make a perception check?
Yeah.
Nat 20.
17? 17 for
Glad
me.
y'all did good. I got a 9.
So Vrack, you don't notice it, but Timber and Winter, you guys notice that the ground there actually appears to be like some kind of netting with foliage put on top of it.
That's Brack, everybody else. There is some sort of trap here. It's well camouflaged, but I definitely would not step in this area. Something is dangerous over here, and I just kind of stay hovering 5 minutes or about 5 feet off the ground. For my action, I will cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. Next is Winter. Yeah, you notice
Okay.
definitely directly under Timber, this netting on the ground. You think that if you stepped on it, it might swing up into that tree.
Okay. So Winter wants to skirt around the tree she's around and kind of avoid where Timber is, but kind of come up towards where this aura of darkness is.
Which one? Are you able to move your token, or
40.
do I? Okay. Yep.
Right there. Yeah. And she doesn't have Dispel Magic or anything like that. But how big is this
You have witnessed
darkness?
that as the darkness has been touched, it's vanished.
She shoves her hand through, but nothing else.
Okay. That sphere vanishes, and there's nothing there.
We're all good over here, guys. Doing great work. Amazing job. Amazing flying, Mordella. And then she gives Mordella Bardic Inspiration.
Randall?
I'm going to move here and hold my action again.
Okay. Vrack.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move 30 feet directly north, so I'm 10 feet south of Mordella. And
Okay.
I only got the mace and the dagger. I don't feel like throwing either one of those. I've got some stuff in. I want to shut something out of my backpack at the sphere of darkness that's right there to the east.
Okay. You know what you're throwing?
I'm pulling out my backpack. I've got a few candles in my backpack. I'll just chuck one of them through there.
Okay, can you make me an attack roll with disadvantage?
Yeah. Disadvantage.
Yep.
What am I adding to it?
It's a
Doesn't matter.
candle, so we're just gonna make it a straight D20 attack with advantage. No. What should I give her as a modifier? Is she proficient with candles?
Absolutely. For magic use only.
Then let's just make this a straight attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 6 on the die.
Okay. You throw the object in, and nothing happens.
All right. I have learned nothing. I'm going to leave this to the smarter people in the group. I will end my turn.
Okay. Mordella.
All right. If she flies directly to, we'll call it the northwest, she can hit 2 spheres with 50 feet of movement. So that's what she's gonna do.
Where you just put yourself is where you want to end that turn?
Yes. Inside that
Okay.
sphere.
This first sphere, let me grab the eraser, disappears. The second sphere disappears just as Mordella realizes there are 3 bandits hiding inside of it. And she goes to scream out, but realizes that she is under a silence spell.
All right, great. I haven't used my action yet. I'd like to use my action here. You know what? I'm gonna use my action to dodge. Welcome.
Okay.
End of my turn.
Ildain, while you can't hear any of this happening, you definitely see Mordella break this sphere of darkness and reveal 3 men standing there with short swords and bandanas tied around their head because that's a bandit thing.
So I think when I saw Thrandil like disappear earlier, he was in the tree to my like left. So I'm gonna turn over my left shoulder because that's where I think he is, and be like, Thrandil, there's 3 bandits up by Mordella, and then I'm going to move up 25. 5. And then can I, because they're not on my map,
They're not on
can I
your
see
map?
to attack one? The bandits aren't.
Oh, crap. I am sorry. I forgot to unclick their invisibility. 1 second. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Sweet. One right there because that's 5, 10, 50. Yep, still within 30. Okay. So I'm going to, we'll attack the one to the north.
I've got them lettered, so
Um,
Bandit E. I can track hit points.
Oh, there we go. Oh my god, what is it with the 4s? 11 to hit.
Ooh, 11 just misses.
Shit. Yep. That's it.
Okay.
No, wait, I think wait, hold on. I think at 5th level I get an extra attack. I have to make sure. So I would just go until oh, nope. I can attack twice. Okay, yes. So she's going to attack again, but not with that dice. That dice sucks. Ooh, that one's better. 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
Okay, and then that is an 8 plus 9, 17 slashing.
That bandit falls dead faster than he
Sweet.
appeared.
All right. And I'm just going to stand there.
All right. Next up is Timber. You are back up. Actually, before that, Thrandil, you held in action. So when these bandits popped up, you would be able to take a shot on them if you'd like.
Okay. I will attack Bandit D.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'll attack Bandit D. Since I'm coming out of stealth, I'll go ahead and roll with advantage.
Absolutely.
That would be a 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Cool. And then I'll go ahead and roll 17 damage on him.
He is dead.
Cool. And then I'll use my Great Ambusher to make a second attack on Bandit C without advantage. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And that would be your regular attack plus 12 plus 1d8. Be 13.
It
And
hits.
since it's next to somebody, it'll be 15 damage.
He also dies.
Nice. And that's it.
Okay. Timber, you are up.
So
Cool.
all the visible bandits are dead?
All the visible bandits are dead.
All right. Well,
But
I will
Ildain's
stop looking at
Echo and
spells.
Mordella seem to be in a silent spell.
oh, yeah. All right, so let me see. All right. I am going to move right here.
Okay. You guys watch as Timber walks into this darkness, disappears for a second, and then appears next to a bandit. Dressed much like the one
Okay.
before.
All right. Well, that sucks for him. We're gonna make a. You know what? We're gonna go.
And it's invisible.
Oh my goodness, I am sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm gonna make
we're all
another.
good.
I'm gonna make another one visible real quick somewhere on the map. You guys tell me if you could see it even in that fog of war. Do you see the one I just made invisible?
Yeah, I see all of them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I can't.
Okay, so I'm just
I
gonna.
also
I'm,
cannot.
okay, I'm gonna unclick their invisibility. Then that way, when I erase the circles, they just appear.
All right. So I am going to. All right. So
I can't have a player view on the map, so I don't know what you can and can't see.
I am going to cast Scorching Ray. So
That is
that's
bandit.
as I kind of bring my hands together and I say the magic words of pew pew pew. And I create and these rays of fire. All three of them are going to hurl right at him. So those are.
Is that a ranged attack or?
It is.
You're in melee, so a ranged attack.
Am I in melee? Okay, hang on. Let me see here. Make a ranged spell attack. All right, I was not
Do you
aware I
have
was in melee.
do you have another fire spell called Burning Hands?
I do. I don't have it prepared. So let's do. All right, I thought I was a little bit further away.
Hope if you would have taken one more step, you would have stepped on his toes.
Okay, good to know. All right, then we will just do. We'll do Ray of Frost. It's still a ranged spell attack, but it's a cantrip, so it's not burn a slot for it. I'll look at him and I'll be like, "Hey, man, you just need to chill the fuck out." Oof. Yeah, even with advantage, I would have missed that one. I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
I'll forget to use it later anyway. So I'll just use it now.
Just reroll one dice.
All right. That is a 21 then.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And 1d8 cold damage. 5 cold damage.
And cold damage. All right.
And I guess that's the end of my turn.
All right, Winter, you are up. You see one bandit ahead of you.
With how close Vraak is and then Thrandil, I think I'm gonna leave them to it. So I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
All right.
And then I'm going to move 35 feet over to the black darkness circle over in the corner. And I would like to think that as Winter, invisible with the like magic, and her hand slowly like intercepts the magic of the darkness, that sounds like a balloon popping as the darkness falls.
It does, and inside of there, you see another bear trap. About 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. She's gonna finish her movement by stepping 5 feet straight to the side.
Okay. There you
And
go.
that is her turn.
All right. Now, this sphere drops, revealing this. It doesn't look like the other bandits. It's this robed, hooded figure wearing a porcelain white mask. You hear some mutterings under their breath, and she casts a firebolt. Maybe not. Yeah, one of you's within 120 feet. Ildain, you're the closest. Catch this firebolt. Let's see. That is a ranged spell attack. Okay, what do they get?
Negative modifier.
They get +4. That is a 23 to hit.
That actually beats it. Just barely.
Okay. That is 1d10 fire damage. You take 3 fire damage as this mage hurls this firebolt at you. This darkness drops. This hooded figure looks up at you, pulls her hand back, and you hear the mutterings that she just launches this mote of fire across the field at you.
After I pat myself out, I'm probably gonna be like, well, okay, fuck you then.
Okay.
And
then up here, this sphere drops, revealing 2 more bandits. And Bandit A is going to make a light crossbow attack at absolutely nobody. He can't see anybody through these spheres of darkness until he moves. So he is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he passes and brushes that sphere of darkness, it too disappears, revealing another net trap. And now he's going to shoot his crossbow at Mordella.
I took the dodge action, so he can do that with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. So 16 on the first roll and 18 on the second. So does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. That
OP
is
16 is my armor class.
7
29.
piercing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, and then the bandit right next to him, who can now see Mordella, just shoots from where he's standing. 21 on the first. 14 on the second. So he missed.
Yeah, 14 is a miss.
All right. Next up, where is he? Oh, he is dead. Duh. Marked him. So then we go down to this one, who is going to swing his scimitar at Timber right in front of him. And believe it or not, he didn't hit the wizard. So this bandit was just as surprised. He's still shaking off a little bit of this cold that got blasted on him. And he raises his scimitar and brings it down and completely misses the little fairy in front of him, who dodges nimbly away. And where's that one at? That one is there. So this sphere now vanishes, revealing a guy who looks slightly bigger than the other ones, and he's wearing a little bit more jewelry. And then another bandit, and it's this bandit here who's going to take a light crossbow shot at Mordella. Eight definitely misses. Next is Thrandil. I think you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Every time my wife talks to me, I muted it. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a spell, Zephyr Strike. So I'm
Okay.
going to like spin my hands and kind of like pull them around me, and like winds are gonna like warp around me. And I'm gonna take my bow, draw back a shot with advantage, and take a 120-foot shot at the bandit mage with advantage.
You climbed up in the tree, right? So I will say you have line of sight through the darkness.
Is she in darkness?
No, but you got darkness between you. So
You're right. You're
but
right.
with your height, because you said you climbed in the tree, I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to take the shot.
Okay. If you are sure, sir. Okay. Alright. Stop taking up everybody's time. Went ahead and rolled a 16 plus 12 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage. Be a 19 points of damage.
Wow, just enough.
Nice.
You just one-shotted that mage.
Heck yeah. And then using my movement speed, I will move 65 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope, I'm going to go near that guy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And my turn.
Okay. Winter. Or no, actually, sorry. That's skipped a lot of people there. So now this sphere opens up to reveal this tiefling woman wearing some furs and looking awful angry at you guys. She, you know what? I can't resist it. I need Vraak, Timber, and Thrandil to make dexterity saving throws as this tiefling begins speaking in Infernal and gathers her hands together, and an orange bead starts to form, and the fire in her eyes is lit as she tosses a fireball directly where it's going to hit all of you.
21.
Hang on. Timber looks her in the eye and goes, "Oh fuck no," and counterspells it.
Damn, it's a 3rd level spell too, so it just doesn't happen. No dexterity saving throws needed, and Timber can go fuck himself. Vrack, you're up.
He just might later.
Damn it.
Mordella might help him. I don't know. We'll see.
My hand still hurts.
Let me move 15 feet to the east, so I'm directly under Bandit F.
Yep.
And let's try out this fancy new dagger. I'm just going to take a. Let's make sure this spell hits. Yeah, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon first, 2nd level, and then I'm going to make my attack. Let's see. +1 dagger, +1 for the spell. Let's do so +5. 14 to hit.
14 hits.
There we go. And it's
You could calculate
okay.
it up
So
if you want, because I know it's an auto crit, and he only had 6 hit points left. So, but you can add it up.
yeah, so it's 1d4 from the weapon damage, +2 from the spell, and the fact it's a magic weapon. So it's an automatic 6 there, but I get an extra damage die because 7. So it'd be 10 minimum
Before you even rolled. Yep.
before I added the roll. Yeah.
So how do you want to describe it as you use your brand new adamantine dagger for the first time?
I kind of want to, because what I want to do after I kill him is just move directly forward.
Okay.
With the rest of my movement. So I want to just like run through this guy,
Absolutely.
just like pull out, just hit stick this guy with my orc strength, knock him over, stab him in the gut, and just keep on running through.
Absolutely. And he just tumbles in front of you after you've stopped. And the momentum that you carried him with when you stop is what pulls the dagger out of his guts. And you realize that you were almost wrist deep with the force you put behind the dagger.
Hell yeah. I'm loving this dagger. That is the end of my turn.
All right. Now, the bandit captain, 30 feet of movement. 20, 25, 30. Still a little distant. He is going to throw a dagger at Mordella.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Natural 19 on the first roll. And 17 on the second roll.
17 hits.
Okay, you take 7 piercing. And that, with that distance, he only has 1 dagger. So yeah, Mordella, you are now up.
All right. So first thing she's got to do is fly a bit out of the sphere of silence. And then as she leaves there, she's going to turn back towards the bandit captain, reach her hand out, and toss a ray of frost. A 12 to hit.
12 misses.
She's going to move herself here to keep herself out of line of sight of that bandit co-captain, but still in the fight. I don't really have an effective bonus action here, so I think that's going to be it for Mordella's turn.
All right. Ildain.
So I'm gonna move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
All right.
Scratch that. 1, 2. I'm gonna move. Again. I was like right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to actually teleport
Yeah.
with Echo. So yay, thank you.
It was right here.
Yeah.
We
I
were
was gonna
supposed
say
to
just
move them at the
fucking
same
highlight
time.
the other one, but
That's
that's
true.
all
I
good.
could have.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were gonna
Alright,
move them at the
and
same
then-
time. It'd be cool.
No way, that animation was too cool. That was just practice is going to make that one perfect. It's going to be awesome.
And then I get 15 feet of movement.
Yep.
So I'm going right here, and I'm going to attack bandit guy with an 18.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, D8. 13 slashing.
13. Okay.
Gonna hit him again with a 13 to hit.
13 misses.
Damn. So I'm going to actually that be so I'm gonna unleash oh no, I'd have to move her first. Damn it. So I'm gonna move my sister up here. And then that's it for now.
All right. Now we're back up at the top. Timber. You just watch Vraak like Brian Urlacher run through this bandit in front of you.
That was okay. Like Brian Urlacher, very. No, I'm not going to be rude. I actually like Brian Urlacher. All right, so we're gonna.
I liked it when
I'm
he
gonna
played football, then he started opening his fucking mouth, but anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the first linebacker that came to mind, guys. I apologize.
Oh no, it's all
Zach
good. I
Thomas-
mean,
yeah,
you know, are you gonna go with Ray Lewis?
yeah. That guy murdered a
Ooh.
guy and then won Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
the
that
next
was
year.
a
Crazy.
stabbing deal, and I don't think that would have been appropriate.
All right, so I am going to move, flying like 5 feet off the ground the whole
Yep.
time. I'm gonna move. Oh no, move your timber. I'm just getting so good at this. Why are you not gonna? Oop, I think I got it. Perfect. All right.
Hey,
so
look,
I'm gonna
Timber,
move
we are
him-
supposed to be together. We both fly.
Exactly.
That
I'm
disappears and reveals this little gnomish man laying in a bear trap around his ankle. He does not appear to be dead, but he does seem like he is unconscious.
All right. I look over at Vraak and I was like, I apologize, Vraak. This is I think more your type of thing helping him than mine. I will continue to see if I can stop the bad people. I'm going to Timber raises his hands above his head and starts kind of spinning them in a circle, and he starts mumbling, "Slicey, dicey, slicey, dicey," and all of a sudden, what is the tiefling one?
Yep.
Takes. Ooh, man. 15 slashing damage as cloud of daggers forms around her.
Oh, man. What would happen if she didn't return the favor with a counter spell? And she is staring daggers into you.
Timber looks back and he just kind of bows his head and smiles at her. And here we go.
Awesome. Winter.
Okay, so I am going to avoid the bear trap and go over to the next dark circle and just go pop.
You're having too much fun doing that. Yeah, so you move up there, that disappears and reveals that there was nothing there.
I'll go with that. And then I give, let's see, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Ildain or her Echo because I haven't determined which one is which. I'm pretty far away, so one of Ildain is getting Bardic Inspiration. Don't know which one, but one of them's got it.
Okay. Next is... No, they're dead. Next is right here. It's going to run up. And it's going to make a swing at the Echo. Uh, 14 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Next. And it...
Are they within 5 feet of me?
yes.
I have the sentinel feet, so I will take an opportunity attack.
Oh, absolutely.
18 with longsword. So, only 10
18
slashing damage.
Okay. Not dead, but not looking long for this world. You swing down. Next is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it will shoot an arrow at your Echo. And rolled a 16 plus 3, so 19.
Yeah, that one hits.
All right. Max damage, not that it matters against the Echo, but Ildain, you watch as this bandit runs up into the trees, takes aim, and fires. Your Echo disappears right in front of you, even after you used the one ability you know you have to protect. Just watch the shadow get cut down again.
I saw her dodge out of the way and then disappear.
Bandit G is now going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That fog disappears to reveal that there was nothing there. And it is going to make an attack with its scimitar with advantage against you. That's a 20. It misses. Even with
Yep.
advantage. I can't believe I could roll a natural 17 and not hit you. All right. Next up is Thrandil.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move back about 10 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and make a shot at the bandit captain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's some long range, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I'm feeling lucky too. I'm gonna use sharpshooter. -5 to the roll. But if I hit, that'd be good. Wait a second. No, I'm not, because I don't have advantage. Renege on that one. Okay, here we go. Regular roll. The crap. Natural 1.
Oof. Well, the good news is nobody's around to make a opportunity attack against you. But for the first time in a long time, Thrandil, you pull back your bow and let go of the string, but the arrow's still in your hand. You hadn't properly knocked it, so nothing happens.
That would be devastating for a bow.
Okay. Do you have any more?
Oh, no. I'm just going to look around to see if anybody was looking, and yeah. My turn.
Okay. Now it is back up to that tiefling.
Gotta
I just
retire
want
this
to
time.
mention that Winter is over there, invisible in the trees, watching all of the stuff happen around her with amusement. She has seen it, and she will tell people about it. And you have no idea where she is.
On that note, I'm gonna go get a beer.
Okay. Right between
I keep moving my.
Mordella. This band is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And right between Timber and Mordella, but in the square south of Timber, she again moves her hands in a circle and is compressing, but instead of a little bead, there's this big fireball that forms, and she spreads her hand and it gets bigger, and she sends a flaming sphere into that space directly 5 feet south of Timber. Are you going to anybody?
I have no countering magic, so I
Okay.
myself can't really do anything about
All
it.
right. Well, then I need a dexterity saving throw from Timber.
I hate to be that guy. Is this going to hit the gnome?
No, it's only within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
It's a flaming sphere.
Dexterity. Wish I would have saved my inspiration. 7. Can you let me know if I throw a
Okay.
bardic inspiration on here if it's going to make any difference?
Spell save is
What's your bardic inspiration die
14.
right now? Is it a D6?
Yep.
Spell save is 14.
Oh, okay. I fail.
Okay. You take 9 fire damage. And that sphere is sitting right between the two of you. Next up is Vraak.
All right. I don't like this at all. If I go there, then I can cut over. I'm just trying to figure out not just this move, but what my moves afterwards are going to be. So I'm going to move towards the bandit captain, the co-captain, I should say.
Okay. 20, and as
Um,
you brush against that sphere, it disappears to reveal another bear trap. But you've
right.
not stepped into it. So
Let's see. I'm going to smile. I'm going to cast. I already have magic weapon. I can't cast anything because I'm concentrating on stuff. So I'm going to just attack her,
okay, go ahead and make an attack.
and that'll be oof, 14.
14 hits.
Oh shit. Okay, so we said 10 automatic plus 2d4. I want to deal some damage here. There we go. So 10 plus 16 damage.
All right, and I need you to immediately make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, this is fun. 15.
Okay. Half as much on a save. So you did save. You just you happen to catch as you pull the dagger back out, the tiefling is muttering under its breath as flames burst out around you, and you take 8 fire damage from Hellish Rebuke.
No. I was one level higher. All right.
All right. Next is the bandit captain, who is enjoying the benefits of Ildain being surrounded by his friends. So he is going to make 2 scimitar attacks. I know that doesn't hit. Natural 2. Next one. Yeah, no, he misses with both.
Aw, it's okay, little buddy.
Mordella?
Mordella is gonna bonus action cast Shadow Blade, and she can make a 50-foot movement while also avoiding the sphere and end up right behind Bandit G.
Okay.
She's gonna make an attack against him. I'm gonna bust my inspiration to try to make sure I hit this sumbitch. Oh yes. 24.
Definitely hits.
Alright, man. I rolled 3 psychic damage on my 2d8.
Okay.
That's Mordella's turn. Movement, action, and bonus action.
All right, Ildain, you are up. If you choose to attack Bandit G, you will have flanking advantage, but you can attack whoever you would like.
First off, I'm going to manifest Echo right where they were.
All right.
And then I'm going to I'll have advantage on Bandit G.
Yes.
Go for that one. That's a 19 on the dice.
Definitely hits.
So 13 slashing.
All right, he is dead.
Cool. Second attack will be a bandit captain.
All right.
That is a 16 to hit.
So you swing at him and you're sure this is dead on. It's going to hit, and then he pulls up his scimitar and parries your attack.
All right. I'm going to unleash incarnation and hit him from the other side.
Okay.
That's a 17 on the dice. Or a
17
plus
hits because
tw-
he
or
only
for
gets
tw-
one parry a
okay.
turn.
Right. And then that would be 18 slashing.
Okay.
How's he looking?
He ain't bloody yet.
All right, action surge. I'm gonna do all that again.
You get
All right,
one
first
attack
attack.
action when you take action surge. You don't get to do your whole turnover again. You get one action.
Okay. But with unleash incarnation, whenever I take an attack action, I can make an additional melee attack from her.
Okay. I'm going
All
to
right,
allow
so
it if
first
that's how
attack's
it's written.
It does have
so
a
first
certain number of expended uses, so no matter what, it
Yeah.
costs her a use either way.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like 4 per long rest. So let's see, that's a 21 to hit
Definitely hits.
or 15 slashing damage.
Okay, now he
And then
seems to
her
be bleeding.
Okay. Then her hit is another 21 to hit
Yep.
with that's 10 slashing.
All right. He's still up.
So that's okay. It hit me for shit.
Alright.
So
Ember, you are up. I need to check on that spell real quick. It's at the start of your turn, I think.
I believe so for Flaming Sphere.
Yep, you start your turn. No, any
Okay,
creature
and
that
how big
ends
of an
its turn. Sorry, it ends its turn. It takes up the entire 5-foot space directly south of you.
okay, and how big is the radius on that spell?
It's only 5 feet.
It takes up a
Okay.
9-foot square, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, so if I'm still where I am at the end of this turn, I take damage, or I got to roll
Yeah,
again.
here, I will put a token on there.
It's cool. I got it. I am just going to move.
Oh, that's way too big.
I'm just going to move right up here. I should be out of the way. Then Kimmer's going to look at this tiefling and I look down at his robe that might have a couple cinders, just kind of brush them off. Look up and wink at her. Kind of make a motion and just go, Uggs. And I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 17.
Ooh, natural 1.
Yeah. So she is held.
Oh, man. All right, let me mark it. With pink for whole person this time. All right. Winter.
And I'm not sure if the firebolt or fire whatever it was a concentration spell, but I think she loses that.
Yeah, Flaming Sphere is a concentration spell, so it is gone.
Oh.
All right, Winter, you are up.
I want to go boop on the next
Yes, you do.
circle.
All right, you do, and you reveal another net trap.
Okay. And I would like the pop of it to be audible, like just to Thrandil, who's like still kind of like, God, I hope no one saw my epic fail moment, and then just to have this little pop in the distance of obviously someone being there, but not being able to see them. Yeah,
Yeah, about
just a
that.
little bit of emotional manipulation there.
I just lost the map now, so I don't know.
I just
Me
reloaded
too,
it and it came
actually.
right back.
Yeah, Sam.
Now it's
Is
doing.
that because we won?
It's doing for me what
Yeah.
it did for you guys earlier.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing for me. It won't load now.
I think that means we won D&D, right? Is that the
Yeah.
end of the campaign?
You guys
I think
just
so.
you guys just win. That's what happens. Yeah, totally. No more adventures to be had. Okay, well, let's continue. Somebody's still got the map up?
Yeah, I got the map, but I can't move anything.
Okay.
Obviously. I wonder if I tried to pull it up on my phone, if I would. All right, let's take a 5-minute bio break real quick. I am my eyeballs are drowning. I will be right back.
Cool.
Right on.
How unfortunate. How unfortunate indeed. Okay, we may have to finish this battle. Theater of the mind.
All right. Well, thank you for taking a break here with Minhal. This episode today is brought to you by Squarespace, the world's most creative minds, partnering with the world's most innovative website platform. Explore inspired signature designs to help you get started on your own creative journey. Now, Squarespace empowers millions of dreamers, makers, and doers by providing them with the tools they need to succeed. So, to our sponsor, Squarespace, thank you.
I don't know that I can legally use that, can I?
Who knows? Maybe it'll happen.
It's funny because I can pull up the cottage map. I can pull up the goblin encampment map. I can pull up the Minhal map, the Tosin map, another map for later on. And then as soon as I try to access this map, it doesn't work.
Yep.
That's
I'm getting the
funny as
same
hell
thing.
because I'm watching you scroll through the maps and then you got
Yeah, me
back to the
too.
original map that we're fighting on, and it's working just fine.
Okay, well
Mobile for the win.
we may rely on you guys to describe.
All
Winter
right.
popped the next one, revealed a net trap. So we're going to Bandit A, who still has 1 hit point left, I think, if you look at the map. Or did I accidentally hit something there? Is
Right
Bandit
there to the west of the Ildain's Echo. Yeah,
okay?
bloodied.
I am going to make an attack on the Echo. And it misses. Where is Bandit B located?
15 feet directly north of the Echo.
It will move in and make a scimitar attack on the Echo.
Oh, now I can move stuff.
That okay, if you can move it.
Yeah, I moved it forward.
All
I
right.
didn't do it on, like, now I can move shit on accident, and it's
It
hilarious.
missed as well. Brings us up to Thrandil.
Okay. The one being affected by hold person, I'm going to take a shot at.
Okay.
I'm going to use sharpshooter on the attack. And before I draw my arrow and release, I want to make a symbol. Pops upstairs. And that will be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
The arrow flies through. Hits the target, dealing 20 points of damage.
That was exactly. So the bandit co-captain is now dead.
Excellent. I'm busy. I'm gonna look over to Winter and just nod wherever they are. Be like, you saw that.
All right. Definitely just died. So Vraak, you are up, and you can still see the map. Just know that
Yeah, I
the
took the
bandit
co-captain
co-captain
off
is
the map.
dead. Yep.
So let's move me 6. Good. There we go. And then that is 5, 10, 30. 30 feet away from. I was not expecting the co-captain to die so quickly. I'm going to cast a. Okay, why not? Cast a guiding bolt at the bandit captain.
Okay.
So +7 to hit. That is an 11. That was slot gone.
That misses.
All right, that is all I can do on this turn. I'm trying to save my spell slots to bring the gnome back to life.
All right, the bandit captain is going to attack Ildain. That is a 19 to hit. It does not make it. It's going to attack a second time. That's a 21. It does not make it. Mordella, you are up.
She's gonna fly her broom up behind the bandit captain and try to hit him with an attack.
Okay.
And let's see, it's the 16 to hit.
What are you attacking with?
Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade. That hits.
All right, 10 psychic damage.
And psychic damage.
Then she's gonna use her movement to fly away, even if it means he takes an opportunity attack at her.
He would if he didn't fall down dead at your feet.
All right.
And
that'll
who
be
is this, the
Mordella's
bandit
turn.
captain?
That's the bandit captain. He is now dead. So Ildain, you are now up. You have 2 bandits who just tried to attack your echo and missed.
So I'm gonna go for I think there's one that's like on death's door and one that's kind of
Yep.
hasn't been hit.
Yep.
I'll go for the one that hasn't been hit. Ooh,
Okay.
that's not good. 10.
10 misses.
Alright, second attack on that guy. Hopefully this works. Okay, that's better. 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
And 13 slashing damage.
He falls dead.
Sweet. Just gonna turn around to basically kind of flank the other guy. And that way he's within 5 feet of me and the echo.
Okay, Timber, you are up, and I do believe this last remaining bandit that is bloodied is about 65, 70 feet to your west.
Okay. I
can't see the map, so I believe that's where we're at.
About 50 feet.
And this is the last one left.
It's the last one, and he is looking like he is barely hanging on to life. He is not having a good day.
Let's go ahead, take away what grip he has left. Oh yeah, this one has a range of 120 feet. I am going to cast Scorching Ray. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to hurl all 3 rays of fire at him. So only one's gonna hit. I swear to God, I rolled 2 nat 1s out of these 3 bolts. So the other one I get a 19 on.
That one hits.
All right, so
he only had
quite
1
as...
hit point left, Max.
So.
I'll let you roll it.
But... I rolled. Well, I rolled my 2d6s for damage, and I rolled 2 1s once again. So,
well, he still dies.
Yeah, but I feel bad about myself. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. All right.
You know, but if we were playing Yahtzee, Max, you'd be on a roll.
Yeah, that's right.
And the encounter ends. And you guys kind of catch your breath. There's still a couple spheres left of darkness. And you have this gnome laying with this bear trap wrapped around probably be around its knee.
Okay, so who's hurt? I know obviously the gnome is hurt. I've taken damage.
I took a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah, I took some damage. I'll be okay. I have healing potions and stuff like that if you want to save spells.
Well, I can go ahead and spend. Well, this spell is for anybody who took some damage. I was going to cast. I've still got a 3rd level spell slot. I could do Aura of Vitality. That way,
Excellent spell.
anybody who took damage can get hit. Because the gnome's not dead, right? I don't have to revive him.
No, he's unconscious.
Okay. So
While she's
before I
casting
cast,
that, can I get him out of the trap?
yeah, that's
That
what I
way he
was about
doesn't
to say.
take damage afterwards somehow.
I don't want to bring him back and then he's still in the trap. That feels horrible.
Yeah. Can I try to get him out?
Yeah, it's a DC 15 strength check.
Oh shit. That's a 12.
Okay, so you
I'll try
trying to
to.
pull, but you're just not quite able to do it. Ildain, did you ever use your bardic inspiration?
No, but I will now.
I was going to say, you want to add that to it? Maybe you can get
Yep,
it.
that's a 6, so we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. So at first you think you're not going to be able to get it, and it's going to snap back on this old gnome's leg, which will not be good. So that motivation, you're able to open up this bear trap and toss it to the side and get this gnome's leg out of there.
All right. So anyone wants? Okay. So for the first one will be 2d6s for him. He gets 11 hit points back.
Okay.
Timber, you're gonna get 7.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mordella's gonna get 6. And I'm gonna get 6 as well. And so it's centered on me, so I'm just standing right next to the guy, just touching everybody as they come past. And I wanna, as we bring this guy back to this side of the living, is it just him? Yeah. Is he coming back conscious when I heal him, or is he still?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just waiting to make sure you were done describing. So you cast this spell, and this gnome with his leg a little bloodied starts to rise up, and he looks around kind of groggily, and then his eyes widen in pure panic. He's like, "Jinx, did you find my girl? Did you find Jinx?"
Where is she? Tell me where she is, and we can find her.
Actually, they all died, so it's the sphere. All the other spheres would have disappeared. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is why I need the map so that my brain works. All the spheres disappeared. The sphere just north of him,
Okay.
there is a little gnome woman laying. She has purple hair, and she is not caught in any trap, but she is also unconscious
Okay.
and
The spell
snoring.
lasts.
It's almost as if somebody cast a sleep spell.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Timber, can you remind me how to? Is it just like an action to wake somebody up? I don't have to do anything fancy. Right?
Yes. You just say you want to wake her up.
Yep.
and-
Yeah, I just want to like shake her awake.
Okay, yeah, you shake her awake and she wakes up groggily, and at first she has that same panic, but then she lays eyes on the male gnome and she's like, "Father!" And she crawls and stands up and runs over to him. And the two of them embrace. Oh, thank you guys so much. We were traveling and these bandits, they got us. We heard your horses and cart, and we decided to make a run for it. But we didn't know they had these traps laid out.
Clever bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of those traps, DM, can we collect those bear traps up?
Absolutely.
Great news.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I have written here that in total there were 6 bear traps, 5 net traps, but I don't know if you want to collect the net traps.
I'm okay on the net traps. I only want the
Okay.
bear traps.
Is there some rope that I could get from the bear traps
Yeah, if you wanted
or
to.
net traps? Sorry, net
Yeah,
traps.
so you just toss a rock into it to trigger it and then fly up and cut it down, and you can get, I don't know, I'd say 25 feet of rope per net trap.
Okay.
And there were 5 of them.
I just need one.
Okay.
I just
You-
need the one tie it to my normal 50 feet. Now I got enough length to do the rope trick spell.
Okay. Yep.
Is Thrandil still in the tree?
No. No. I'm on the ground now.
Okay. Then Winter is going to walk up to Thrandil, still invisible, but from a slightly different direction than they nodded at her from, like just to make sure that it is a slightly different direction. And then gives them bardic inspiration with the words, I saw you. And then rejoins the group and drops invisibility and pretends like none of it happened.
That's what Thrandil does too. He just pretends like he has no idea what you're talking about.
Awesome.
That never happened.
This gnome bard, he looks at all of you, and you know he's a bard because now you see his loot that he's picking up out of the dirt and kind of brushing off. And he goes, "My name's Tink Trillspark. This is my daughter Jinx. We owe you guys so much that I'd hate to ask, but we're headed to Green Hollow to the south, and the way these roads have been, it's only, I don't know, a few more hours trip. Perhaps I could offer you guys gold to make sure we get there safely this time. It's the
Speak no more, gnome. Will you provide us with song while we travel?
Oh, absolutely. There's a battle of the Bards tonight, so a little practice won't hurt at all. See, Jinx and I,
Then your
we
gold is no good with us.
just
Sing
songs.
songs and make us merry.
Amazing. Yes, we could do that.
You and your
Are
daughter
my
have a riding horse.
What were you about to say, Winter?
I was about to say, like, jokingly to Mordella, are my songs not enough for you anymore? How could you do this to me? Placing me with another bard so quickly.
She's just gonna roll her eyes at Winter.
Nope.
Don't you want to know if they know a song that you don't know, Winter? You always want to know things.
Fine, I'll allow it just this once. Let's not make it a habit, though.
And
I'm
hey,
sorry.
they said there's gonna be a battle of the bards where we're going. I mean,
I'm
Winter.
sorry to say, if that bothers you, I've been to Green Hollow. The whole town is full of bots. My old friend Astrid Greenleaf runs a tavern there. A bard herself. You're going to find a lot more.
And yeah, and Tink's like, yeah, everybody around here knows about Green Hollow. The Battle of the Bards happens every year. I see your loot. Well, are you signing up? Is that why you guys are down there? Are you a troop?
We are not. I am a bard, though, and I have no problem with other bards. That would be like an archer forgetting to put an arrow in their bow.
Oh,
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
You're
that would be
so
that'd be
naive.
strange.
So naive to be so lucky. Music's a cutthroat business. But yeah, I'll play the songs. And Trillspark, he's a 60-year-old gnome. He stands about 3'6". He's wearing this really fancy embroidered blue coat, and he's got graying hair and these big mutton chop sideburns that go down. And Jinx she looks like she's only about 25 years old. She's 3'4". She has green eyes, and she's got kind of purple hair and a bob. And she is just as thankful as her father. And they begin tuning up their lutes, and they begin playing for you guys. And they Tink looks at you guys, and he goes, "I'll give you guys a preview of tonight's song. It's called Woolly Eyed Joseph." And he starts playing, you know.
It's yeah,
What?
please. So I want to hear this medieval version of Cotton Eye Joe. Come on, let's hear it.
I haven't written out words for him, but I'm gonna do a performance check for him. You guys got it. I love it. You know what? With a natural 18 and a plus 10 to performance, it's probably the best damn song you've ever heard, Timber.
Yeah, Timber's there like,
If
God,
it hadn't
yeah,
been for
no,
Woolly Eye
this
Joseph.
this just man, this really slaps. Like,
No.
where did I come from? Where did I go?
And you kind of
Um,
relate to it
man,
because
this
you're
is
used to stealing wives. So the song is just resonates with you.
man, this is like, this may have been written about me. This is incredible.
Yeah. You guys are traveling and they're getting into it, man. There's these two, they got a chance. You're starting to think.
Well, I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. I have a tree full of squirrels to kill.
Yes, you do. Make a survival check for me.
Ildain's gonna say what?
It's a long story.
I was wondering if you were gonna remember.
I don't want any angry trees coming back for me. I can't.
Why
I
would
forgot about them.
Tree care?
It's a long story.
Why would a tree be bad at? Okay.
22.
Yeah, it doesn't take you very long either. You guys watch as Thrandil says this to you and then runs back to that tree he had laid his hands on earlier and scrambles up into the foliage and disappears. And then you just hear funk, funk, funk as 3 squirrels just hit the ground. And Thrandil, you swear you feel that tree shake just a little bit more in the wind.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Mordella's gonna collect those squirrels.
There you go.
Yes.
Winter's gonna remark on the lack of arrows in the corpses.
Sometimes it's better just to beat them with a bow.
Yep. And yeah. Wait. Are we gonna loot the bandits or no?
Like to, just to make sure the gnomes get their stuff back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
2,300 copper, 800 silver, 70 gold.
where the hell is in-game chat?
A
There we
spell
go.
scroll of flaming sphere. And a very odd looking lantern.
How much silver did you say it was? And gold also.
800 silver, 70 gold.
Okay, this is in the loot.
Can I investigate the lantern?
Yes, you may. It's this wire cage lantern with this dark green glass on one side and a very dull and tarnished copper on the other. Looks like it's made for aiming in one direction.
Seems fairly mundane.
You can make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, do an Arcana check. 17.
17. You can't tell just by looking, but you're pretty sure this thing's magical in some way.
All right. You know what? I'll go ahead and yeah, it's a ritual. I'll go ahead and cast Identify on it.
All right, and you don't even have to do that much because you get to do it as an action, even as a ritual, correct? Yeah.
I do once. That's
So-
only once per long rest, but yeah.
You look at it, and
According to last week's recording, the only reason you want me to keep, you guys want to keep me around, so.
your spell book kind of flutters in your pocket and goes, "Seriously? It's a lantern of revealing, you idiot."
Okay, old man. There's no reason to get all flutter about it. I didn't. There's traps everywhere. You can't blame me for being careful.
Nobody else heard that, but you
Um,
hear Timber like cursing at some old man under his breath.
Who are you talking to?
It's the old wizard man that inhabits my spell book. He's a bit of a prick, to be
Lantern
honest.
of Revealing. It's like first day of magic school. What are they teaching at that school now? I swear you die
Did you
1,000
make
years
the
ago.
book out of him?
Hang on, please. He's no he. It's a long story, perhaps one for the road, but my spell book is sentient. It possesses the spirit of an old wizard. He died long ago, and I think he was mostly worthless while he was alive. But
I'll show you.
he's in the pages now. Shut up. He lends some power to the spells, and it's I'm working on some new stuff that I'm hoping in the future I can kind of project him out there and let him take some damage here and there. But
Excuse me.
You know what? It's a wizard thing. Don't worry about it.
Are you telling me to shh or the book to shush?
No, the book. The
Maybe you shouldn't talk to your book when you're talking to people who are in front of you?
He was talking to me
Confusing.
the entire time you were talking to me. I was confused. There was too many people talking. Anyway, it's a lantern of revealing.
Which, once again, keeps with my trend of giving you guys the magic item that would have helped you immediately after the encounter. Okay. That is your loot.
Yeah, Timber does turn to the rest of the group. It's like, if you don't mind, I can, if anybody else would like the flaming spear scroll, that is fine. However, given time, I believe this is a spell that I can permanently learn, and we'd be able to use it at any time. If you don't mind me taking it.
By
All
all
yours.
means, Timber.
Oh, you
Thank you.
can I ask the gnome a question?
Yeah, Tink. Yeah, he's just finishing up on old woolly-eyed Joseph, and
I wanna ask him. So you call it a battle of the bards. Is this like? Can we bet on this?
you never bet. Of course, you could bet on a battle. Did you grow up under a rock? Oh, was that offensive to
I don't
say to a
know.
half-orc? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No offense taken. We get more warriors where we're from than bards, so it's not really my thing. Hey, Winter, want to go make some quick money?
Perhaps. What's your plan?
You win.
Oh, I mean, you wouldn't have to bet
Ooh.
if Winter plays and wins. That's 5,000 gold. That's what the purse is.
So Timber comes over. He's like, this sounds like a plan. However, it's from the sounds of it, there will be many bards there. It seems like the surer plan would be to bet on Winter to lose, and then for her to lose on purpose. That seems like the surer plan.
Yes, but I mean, have you never placed a bet before? The odds on that with that pool that big, I mean, much worse odds.
Are there going to be any famous bards showing up at this event?
Oh, I've heard plenty of rumors. There's Harmony Calloway. There's Thunderstrum coming in for Perdon in the Underdark. Midnight Mirage. That's a pair of tieflings. They're not. There's this old tabaxi guy coming. His name's Song in the Shadows. I heard he does more spoken poetry than singing though, so it's really weird that he wants to take part, but we'll see.
Oh, Oh, Song in the Shadow. He is brilliant. He is a legendary bard. The fact that he would debase himself to be in such a contest at this is a huge honor. We have to go just see Song in the Shadows. He is incredible.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
He
There's
must be
apparently
famous in
this.
Fairy because we've never heard of him.
There's this new band that's been running around. Apparently, one of them's a goblin, and I don't know how they let a goblin into town, but apparently he's real. He's real charismatic. He can talk. So yeah, and he's got like a tiefling, and apparently, I haven't seen them perform live, but it's like they say that the lead vocalist is a unicorn statue. Divine Equine. That was the name of the band. Yeah.
Sounds like the odds are stacked against Winter here.
Yeah.
And I want to pull Winter off to the side. Because I did prepare. I want to ask Winter, how do you feel about cheating to win?
You're about
Is it
you're
really
about
cheating
to
if
go
it's that
compete
much
against
money on the
bards.
line?
If you think those bards aren't going to be buffing the fuck out of themselves,
Exactly.
at this point, it's just expected cheating. Those are just the rules. Ting says to you.
All right, because you wouldn't have to go in alone. I can cast borrowed knowledge on myself and be really okay at something for about an hour.
Be really okay at something.
I can't sing. I have my mother's voice, but I can probably pound a drum set.
If you would like to help win such a huge pot of money while Timber tries his lovely plan of betting against us and seeing how far that gets him, I am more than willing to see your plan come to fruition.
Well, you still got the better part of the day in travel. You'll get there just as evening's falling. But if you guys rode in the cart, actually, you might be able to get quite the rest on your travel. But you could choose to walk too or ride, however you wanted to do that. You guys want a long
I
I'll
rest?
would
chill in the
like,
cart.
You want a long rest?
yeah, I would like to chill in the cart and switch some spells up.
There you go. So while you guys are doing your long rest and getting your sheets marked up, I'm gonna go grab a drink and I will be right back.
Okay, so how do you feel about me casting calm emotions if the crowd gets too hyped for somebody that's not Winter?
I like it.
I was
Especially if
straight up,
like it's based on the crowd's reaction. Hell yeah.
gonna cast things like dissonant whispers and Tasha's hideous laughters on the performers.
Well, okay, so I'm going to get rid of, so add calm emotions. So I gotta remove one spell. Oh, this is gonna be mean. I'm gonna add silence. Oh man, making cheating allowed is the worst thing he could have possibly fucking done.
Hey, like that fucking gnome said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's a bard competition.
Let's see. I gotta grab stuff that because I'm going to be doing it as each other performer goes up. If they're doing too good, then I'm going to
So I will
make
tell
sure
you,
that they're
each
not.
performance will consist of 3 performance rolls, even from the competitors. There's the beginning, the climax of the song, and then the ending. Or
Okay.
in the case of Song in the Shadows. By the way, I just realized Cook and Eric, you would not have gotten this joke. Song in the Shadows is a Tabaxi bard that Max played in one of our other Wednesday campaigns before this one started. So
Oh, yeah.
that is why all of a sudden Timber cares about Tabaxi bards.
I guess.
There's even more backstory
Yes.
to it that there was, and I don't remember the name, but Frankie had a bard at the beginning of the
Azrin.
campaign that died. And yeah, Max smugly declared that that meant that his bard was the best bard in the land.
Yep. Azrin's not here.
Azrin, yeah, that was it.
Yep,
Yeah,
Azrin
and
died.
then his new roll-up character got to put Shadow out of his misery.
Yep. Harlow, the halfling monk, definitely killed Shadow. We thought it was all a dream.
We thought.
Yeah. Is everybody back?
Yep.
Yep, I
And
just
I
turned my
got.
camera off because I'm stuffing my face.
Nope, absolutely. That's fine. And you guys are able to get this rest. The weather stays clear. Trip is quiet. And Tink and Jinx are kind of played some softer songs, and they don't know how they ended up being the ones escorting you guys, but they're fine with it because nothing bad's happening during the trip. They're driving the cart. But you all are kind of piled up in the back there, snoring off your fight. After several hours, you get woken up by Tink going, hey, the town's ahead. And you guys look up, and the sun is really going down. It's starting to get dark out. Some of you can't believe you slept that long, but
Oh shit.
it's this quaint little hamlet. It's not very big. There's probably a collection of only like 40 buildings here and some scattered farms and stuff in this green valley. And you think at sunrise, it's probably going to look like one of the most beautiful towns you've ever seen. But for a town this small, you cannot believe how many people you see gathered up as your cart is riding into the hamlet. There are people all over, and they are all headed to one place. That's the tavern. And you guys join the crowd. You park up your horse and cart, and you make your way up the stairs. And if you guys can get the maps up now, because it's working for me, welcome to the Mossy Tankard.
I've got a question for you. I'd like
Yes.
to bind a spirit to Mordella, but can I do that in a private room here or before we get to town or something?
I can say that, yeah, you kind of snuck away under the guise of using the restroom, and you tell me what you're binding and to what level.
Alright, at level 1, I want to bind a spirit of wonder.
Okay. It's a 5% chance, so. Of it
33.
failing. Yep, you're good.
Alright, awesome. I can't wait to use this later.
Okay. So Tank and Jinx, they walk you guys right up, and standing outside of the door is this little dwarven man. He's got one earring in his right ear, and he's holding a clipboard in his hand. And he looks up and Tank and Jinx, and he's like, "Oh man, I thought you guys weren't gonna make it. You guys can go ahead and head in." Um, and Tank's like, "Well, we've got a late sign up," and points the thumb over, and he looks at the list, and he's like, "Oh." Okay, this is the last one tonight. If I have another up and comer come and beg to get put on this list, you're lucky I owe you, Tink. And he's like, Bronson, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so he looks and he goes, okay, which one of you signing up? Who's signing up?
Winter walks forward and says, "Darling, I don't beg."
My apologies. Bards, I'll tell you what. Anyways, the name for the list.
Winter of Caron.
Okay. That's what you've come.
Oh, and
Okay.
Vraak too, I guess.
Winter of Caron and Vraak. I mean, have you thought of shortening it up? You might go further in the business if simple. That's
Winter of
what's in.
Charon and Vraak 2 just flows off the tongue. Can you just write it down? That's the name.
Oh, all right. Winter of Caron and Vraak. He kind of turns the page to the side so he can go past the margin. Okay. Okay.
Write smaller.
You guys are signed up. You can go ahead and head in. And did the maps work for everybody else?
Yep.
Awesome.
I got it.
Yeah.
Pink and Jinx are going to make their way in, and they are going to sit at the table. And you guys are free to move in here. Vraak, I will handle you. Wherever you guys want to go. As you come through the doors, this tavern is full of people. Most of them are concentrated around the bar. And you see this elven woman standing behind there with long blonde hair, and she's serving up drinks. Thrandil, you know that's Astrid. You guys. Vraak, are you going to go with Ildain to that table, or?
I'm going to stick with Winter for the time being.
Okay.
So wherever Winter goes, is where I'm going to go.
Right. Timber. So this is what you guys see. This place is packed full of people. Again, Thrandil, you see Eldrick. He's sitting at that table with a dwarf performer. In the back corner, there's just this elf who doesn't quite seem to fit in, and he's just leaned up against the wall. At the front table, you guys see that goblin that you were talking about, and he's wearing a tricorn pirate's hat, and he's sitting next to this like young tiefling with this just shock of black hair and a leather vest, and he's leaned up on the table, and you see on the back of his vest is just this badass looking unicorn with a mohawk wearing like these horned gauntlets on his shoulder, and there's a statue of a unicorn sitting in the middle of their table. You guys also, Timber, your favorite bard, Song of the Shadows, he's sitting at this back table with Harmony Calloway and these two tieflings who are trying really hard to be edgy. They've got like eyeshadow on and their hoods pulled up, but their horns poke through them, and you guys are here. You wanted to interact. If you don't and you just want to get the party started, we can move time forward. This place is
Winter, what do
popping.
you want to do?
Winter wants to scope out the competition, so she's probably going to start with the tieflings trying to be edgy, just to see how do a general perception check to see how they're perceived by the apparent legends in this bar, just to see how
You're trying to see
skewed
how
the
other
playing
people
field is.
are judging them?
Yeah.
I would make that an insight roll.
Okay. 15. 16,
15?
sorry, 16.
15. These guys are obviously like in character, just trying to put on a show as like these dark, edgy, moody kind of tieflings, but judging by the way the other bards act around them, it's like they're not really buying it. They know that these two probably grew up in a pretty affluent part of Brighton, and this is just them trying to piss off their parents.
I'd buy them around.
Okay. You make your way up through the crowd to the bar. And,
Of the strongest liquor here.
okay, well, that changes the price. You're going to have to pay 15 silver per drink that you're going to buy.
Just one each. So 30 silver?
Yep. And you carry it over and you put it in front of them. And I need you to make me a persuasion roll.
$17.
17. So you lay down these shots, and one goes to reach for it, and the other one pulls his hand back, and he's like, "Oh, come on, Marcus. Mom and Dad aren't here." And he takes the shot, and the other one takes the shot as well, and I will remember that they had those drinks. And they look at you, Winter, and they're like, "Thanks," or whatever.
Of course.
They're not making eye contact. They're making sure that their cowl on their robes are still covering their face. You get like one eye.
Winter kind of does like a little half bow and says, "Of course. I know your parents. It's no fee." And then just walks off.
She knows Mom and Dad. Oh, man, we're not even supposed to be over here. That's what you hear as you walk away. I will also denote that. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to start before Bronson closes the doors?
Timber wants to go up to the bar and ask the elf. It's like, do you? I mean, I'm sure you do. It's such a reputable establishment. Do you have elven brandy?
Oh. Wait. You think? Can you handle elven brandy? She is obviously a high elf. You could just tell by the cut of her jaw and the way she's just got her ears out prominently amongst her blonde hair.
Like I look at her as like, lady, you would be amazed at the things that I can handle. But yes, elven brandy is definitely on that list.
Okay.
Can I have 2 glasses, please?
Yes. And she goes back behind the bar. She pulls a bottle, one you recognize, and she pops the cork and pours 2 bottles and brings them over, or 2 glasses and brings them over and sets them on the bar. And she tells you that'd be 15 gold.
15 gold, of course. Absolutely.
It's from Rhinio itself.
It's a fine vintage, milady, and I thank you for spending with one with me. And I take a sip of one of them and I toast her. And I get down off the bar stool and I go down over to the table and
did I guess right or no?
Excuse me.
Oh no!
Sorry. Yeah. Excuse me, Mister in the Shadows. I just want to. Huge fan.
Fan here.
Some of.
He sits up straighter. Of course you are. Of course you are.
I bring him. I give him the other glass of the brandy. It's like I got this for you with our specs. I've seen you perform in Brighton the beat poetry performance that you did for the lady Ayanis was absolutely brilliant. It inspired me in so many ways, and I wanted to come by and just say thank you for being you and for the gift that you have given to the world. It is greatly appreciated.
Congratulations. You just gave that Tabaxi Bard advantage on his performance check. And he is just swollen with pride, chest puffed out. He is just letting you go on. He's got a paw up, going like this as you just go on. And he is like, it is so rare in these parts to meet someone as cultured in the arts as you, young fairy, especially a fairy. I might write a poem in your honor. Thank you so much. And he takes a sip and his eyes get wide as it's elven brandy that was handed to him. Wow. You're muted, Max.
I thank you, Mr. In the Shadows. I will now take my leave, and I walk over to Winter, and I was like, yeah, he's like really cool. Like he's a lot cooler than I thought he would be in person.
Hmm. And it is at this point that Bronson comes through and the doors are closed and he steps up at the end of this stage. Looks a little annoyed that he has to do this little song and dance, but he puts it down his clipboard and he raises his arms and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have the Battle of the Bards." And the lights go down low as he brings his arms down. One of you, lucky musicians, will walk away with 5,000 gold and the ability to tell the world that you were the best bard of the year in Green Hollow. He then walks across to the stage and he pulls out his clipboard again. And he goes, and first up, we have Thunderstrum. And you guys see as this dwarf performer gets up, and there's moderate clapping and whatnot. He steps up to the stage, and Bronson steps to the side. He's like, thank you all. My name is Thunderstrum. I come from Prudon. I'm just really happy to be here. And anyways, here's a wondrous barricade. And he is going to go into his performance.
Is there somebody in here that would take our bets?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I got so caught up trying to be song that I forgot about the bets. So, you know, Thrandil, that even though he's sheriff, if you want to make a bet in this town, gotta make it with Eldrick.
Got you. Do I hear Timber talking about the bets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of comes over. He's like, "Hey, man, we gotta get money on this. Thing's about to start."
Yeah. Right, you're looking for Eldrick Swiftbrook. He's the sheriff, but say the right thing, and he's the man with the money.
That'd be great. Yeah. Where is he?
Yeah, just at the table right over there by himself. Just to your left.
He's
Oh.
down here.
Okay. I go up as like, excuse me, Mr. Sheriff, sir.
Yeah.
My understanding is that if I were to want to place a bet on this competition, that you might be the person to talk to.
Are you trying to bring the debauchery of gambling into this here town?
It would appear so, yes.
All right. Well, who you gonna place your bet on, and how much?
I would like to put 10 gold pieces down on Song in the Shadows, please.
Fucking simp.
He's the favorite in tonight, so you need to understand that even if you win, I'm only going to be giving you 12 gold back.
It's of course, it's a sure thing. I mean, the money is money. It's perfect.
Okay. Anybody else gonna place a bet?
I have seemed to have deleted how much money I had after I updated my cash amount
Mm-hmm.
from uh the upkeep costs. Because now my equipment it says I only have 5 gold pieces, and I know that's but I want to bet on us. Does anybody have like an average amount? I know we just spent the time.
Just go ahead and place what
Um,
bet you want, and we'll figure it out. You guys just got a bunch of gold from that loot. You got up to 70.
That's what I was gonna say. We got a little bit of gold from that loot, and then as far as average goes, I mean, I haven't really spent too much gold, just barely a little bit, but others may have spent more or less. But I've got like 700 something gold on my sheet.
I know I don't have that much because I just bought one.
Okay.
I'd like to like a 50 gold piece bet.
Whoa!
If you just take all the money we looted earlier, it's 101 gold pieces. So why don't you just take that and put it on your sheet?
Okay. So
You want to put 50 gold on?
I would like to the new band named Winter. What was your family name?
Winter of, I don't remember the name of the place, and Vraak 2.
Charon.
Winter of
Winter of
Charon and
Charon and
Vrax
Vraak
2.
2.
Okay. It'll be a lot of money back if you win that bet. He's nobody. All right, we'll take it. What's the chances the first band walks in first time, never heard of them, are gonna win? I'll take that bet.
Mordella is not going to bet. She is quite unfamiliar with the concept of gambling and doesn't like the idea of giving somebody else money to hold for the chance that she'll win some back. She thinks it's a scam. She wants no part of it.
Okay.
That's a very
That's a very accurate description of what gambling is.
All right. So, we have Thunderstrom up first.
So I did drop something in the little chat here, Frankie. This is what one of the advantages that I get from having that Wonder Spirit bound to me, and I'm just going to try to use this whenever I can when anybody except for our group is playing. But I don't know exactly how that, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're actively making
No,
perception checks, this or that, so I'll let you interpret how that works.
Yeah. So, I can think
But
of some
basically, the
ideas.
table that she's at, she's just trying to like chat these people up in between songs, and she's respectfully quiet during the songs. But she's leaning back and maybe like trying to accentuate her features and things like that while the other bards are playing, and maybe try to distract the crowd a little bit.
Okay. So, Thunderstrom starts singing Wondrous Barricade, and at the beginning, it's kind of catchy. But as he's playing his lute, he breaks several strings, and he's trying his best to save the performance, but it just, by the end of it, you guys think that you never want to hear Wondrous Barricade ever again. And he quite embarrassedly just storms outside. He cannot believe his lute failed him with that natural one at the climax of the song.
Yeah, I'm gonna boo him the whole way out. Boo!
You don't understand. And Bronson takes Max to the stage. And actually, Winter, I forgot to have you roll an initiative. He had a natural 20.
While there's a
so
break in between sets, Winter wants to order a round of drinks for her table. So what's the cost of 5 ales? We'll go with
just 5 ales would be, well, no, because it's a event night, so prices are doubled. So 10 silver.
silver. Okay, she buys a round for the table and encourages everybody to drink up.
Yeah, and
While she herself babies her drink and sips it
it's a
very
party
lightly.
in here. You know, in between sets, you just hear all these voices going off.
19.
19. Okay, well then he squints at his list and he is like, next up is Winter of Carrion and Vraak 2.
Mordella starts clapping
Oh.
wildly.
He
Yeah!
steps back off.
Yeah!
So Winter and Vraak take the stage. I will give you guys one round here if you're gonna. That's gonna give them the help action. Anybody else wants
All
to
right.
boost this right now's the
I'm going
chance.
to cast Borrowed Knowledge and
Okay.
gain proficiency in the performance
Okay. There
ability.
are drums back there if you want to grab one of the drums. It's just like it's not as good as if you would have, bought one off the shelf, but there is, house instruments. So you grab one of those drums from the back.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Winter and mouth the words. I have no idea what I'm doing.
And Winter, I need to relook up something real quick. 1 second. Need to know he can cast this at range. Yes, Winter, you feel like this magical surge come over you, and you now have advantage on charisma check. Say Timber, you're a caster, and Mordella, you're a caster. Vraak, you're on stage, so I'm not going to say this, but either of you guys can make a perception check, Timber or Mordella, to see if you can see what happens here.
I got a 19 on the die. Let me tell you what my bonus. That's going to be a 21.
Yep, you definitely see it.
Mine is much lower, like an 8.
Okay, well, Timber, you don't notice because you are just staring over at Song, and you cannot believe he actually spoke to you as you sip
He's so
your
beautiful.
brandy. And Mordella, you notice it, that mysterious elf in the back of the room, and he's very plainly dressed, but his skin is almost tan and goldish. He has golden eyes and just the longest, straightest white hair. But he's just kind of unassuming, but you notice as he whispers and casts this spell on Winter, and Winter, that's Eagle Splendor. The target has advantage for 1 hour on all charisma checks. So, you guys, what's the name of your song?
It is a parody to I Did Something Bad by Taylor Swift.
Okay, I did something naughty. Okay, so you need to make your first performance roll. You'll do so with advantage.
What's the DC?
The DC, there is no DC. This is it's a competition. So after the first round, we're gonna see who had the highest score.
Fine.
So it's 3 performance checks and Cook.
Yep.
I will also allow you to roll, and we will take the higher of all 3 dice.
Okay.
Oh, Bardic Inspiration to Vraak as well.
Okay.
Yes. That helps with the proficiency in performance checks.
Winter got an 18 on performance, so if you can beat that.
I got a 14 before the Bardic. The Bardic is a D6.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will take the 20. And so you guys start off flawlessly as you start playing this song. And Winter, you are just belting it out, and the song reaches its climax, and I need you to make another performance roll.
Okay.
And
Uh,
Vraak as well.
24.
I don't think
It's a
Vraak's
hell of a
gonna.
lot better than
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, so 24. Wow. You guys don't feel like you have to cast any spells on this crowd. They are into this.
Bring this fucking
They are
shit
standing
home.
up, and they are just mesmerized. And you guys are coming in, finish strong. We need our last performance check for this.
23.
3.
14. 13, sorry.
It's fine. The 23 does it. It is a standing ovation, even amongst your competitors, as you guys just tear it up. So next up, let me return to the map on my screen. You guys go and join Thrandil. Ember back at the table. Bronson retakes the stage. And
I whisper quickly to Timber, let's see your cat friend beat that.
Okay.
And he introduced Midnight Mirage as the two tieflings in the robes take the stage, and the lighting kind of goes red. They've got their head bowed. And they're like, we're Midnight Mirage, and this is Blood Moon Rising. And they are going to go into theirs. They are drunk, so they have disadvantage because you gave 14-year-olds alcohol.
Mordella rolls her eyes as they're playing and like looks around at her table and is like, "These guys can't be serious."
Oh, it is not good. It doesn't start good. This doesn't sound good. They do not. They're slurring. Oh, you guys thought that Thunderstrum was bad, but now you're wishing he was back on stage as this song reaches its climax. These guys, they sound like cats in a bag being swung around. And
I'm gonna throw my beer at him.
Jesus.
You suck.
And the finish was it probably sounded good, but it was so bad through most of it that nobody cares anymore. And these two kids begin to visibly cry as they run out of the tavern, or attempt to. They're going to make dexterity saving throws as they step off stage because that was 2 natural ones to start that thing off. Okay, they passed the dexterity check at least. They're able to make it outside the tavern as well. Oh man, Bronson takes the stage back and he's like, "Oh, that was soft. Ysmir, save me." Next up is a special guest tonight, Song in the Shadows.
Woo! Yeah! Yes! Yeah, get it, song! Yeah!
Nobody in this bar is
Before
as
he-
excited as Timber. It's not even half as much. But the whole walk up there, he hears just Timber, and that's all that matters to him in the entire world. Is he takes the stage, and
He was at our table, right?
yeah, no, he was down here with Harmony kind
Oh,
of,
damn. Okay, never mind.
and
And I'll just turn to Timber and say, that's the one you wanted to hear.
this guy, he puts on a beret, he turns around real quick and illusions himself up a turtleneck and black sunglasses. All the sconces in the bar go down, and there's just a single bright lantern light on him as he pulls out his drum and he goes into some spoken word poetry.
I cast silence.
Oh yes, please.
He doesn't even notice, but people are just watching him bang on this. So it doesn't matter what he rolls, nobody can hear it. Yeah.
I hear it. It's in my head. I know exactly what's
I'm
happening.
surprised you didn't counterspell it. I swear to God, though, my last roll at disadvantage was 2 natural 20s. So I'm going to say that he does notice, and he thinks you dirty bastards, and he steps out of the silence, and you guys hear the last part of it as he goes in, and it was good, Timber. Yeah, that was the most solid you'd ever heard him finish up, as he gives a hey and steps back into the
Brilliant.
shadows of the sconces. It ends his turn.
like straight up standing up, just applauding. It was brilliant.
I applied zeros to the first 2 rolls because nobody could hear him. But he did roll 2 natural 20s with disadvantage there at the end, so I had to let him
All
finish
right,
strong.
I will dispel the silence.
Yep.
How excited on a scale of 1 to 10 is Timber right now?
I think he's at 11.
I will cast Calm Emotions immediately.
Wisdom save.
Come on.
All right.
No, it's a charisma save.
Oh, charisma save. I apologize.
That's much worse. I'm pretty sure I got
The
negative
most
on that.
smooth fairy we know.
It's
has shitty
DC
charisma.
15.
That is a natural 1.
So all of a
So
sudden,
now you
Timber,
can't even be happy about it.
you don't care as much. The brandy's not tasting as good all of a sudden, and you don't know why.
Face blows.
And next up is the Sparkly Gnomes, which is Jinx and Tink. And they are going to play their Woolly-Eyed Joseph and hope they did as good as they did earlier. Oh no, it does not start good at all. Getting up on the stage, Tink looks like he's in his comfort zone, but you guys see Jinx. This might be her first time actually on stage in front of this many people, and she is getting nervous. They pick it up for the climax though. It's starting to get a little bit more like it was on the road, but not perfect. It sounded much better to a smaller crowd. And the nerves just get to Jinx. And it does not end on a solid note, and they somberly take their seats back again. And what were some jovial, happy gnomes to you guys are kind of looking sunken. Bronson retakes the stage, and next we have Miss Harmony Calloway. And this is a human woman, and she is singing where is it? Oh, she is singing Du Hofwick Ma, which is
Nice.
which is
I
a
like that
song
one.
in her language. So, and it sounds pretty good. You guys, I don't know, does anybody speak Infernal in here?
Nope.
Yeah, I do.
You understand the words, and it's some sappy song, sad about loss, and it keeps mentioning this silent one in the distance. You don't quite get it. But it sounds pretty good. Next, at the climax, it's definitely falling off. The Infernal is not carrying through to you guys or this crowd. They want something they can understand. But she suffers through it and finishes out strong on the song. And that was the last performer. Harmony goes back to her seat. And Bronson takes the stage. Oh, no, it wasn't. We have one more band that I forgot. He looks at his list and he purposely was trying to leave him off because there's a goblin in it, but he gets a look from Astrid, and if they're in here, they're performing. And taking the stage is this tiefling, goblin, and they drag one of those chairs up to the front and set this statue of a unicorn down on it. And the tiefling goes, "What's up, dudes? My name is Vex. This is my bro, Jerry. And this is our little unicorn friend. And we are going to sing for you our song."
We're gonna go to Kalon first.
All right. Hang on.
It's fine. I don't even.
Which is a tribute to the Blue Alley and the Sword of 9,000 Truths. And they are going to make their performance.
I got a sheet up. I got a sheet up if you want.
You want to make the performance rolls?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. Give you advantage with Jerry there helping.
All right, excellent. First rule is 18 plus Bardic Inspiration, which is a 6. That's 24.
This is sounding like you guys want this sword from the way that this statue of this unicorn is just belting out in its AC/DC falsetto.
Oh yeah, the tiefling casts thaumaturgy on his lute, and you just hear this like ripping melody just like echo off like haunting wails of a banshee. Yeah.
Okay, make the climax roll.
All right. Oh, that would be a 23.
Holy
Can I do Bardic
crap.
Inspiration for every roll?
No.
No? Okay, 23 on that one. Heck yeah. He begins to cast darkness and just like shadows start moving off the stage as he just like stands up on a box where nobody can see it and just like plays over it like he's rising in the air.
What's the last roll? To finish out the song?
Oh my god. That sucks. I just rolled 2 2s. So that would be that would be 11.
Oof. Yeah, you guys think as you're watching this that maybe this tiefling's just a little too into this and it's being overperformed. It's not as good. And now that you're thinking about it, what is the goblin doing? He doesn't have an instrument. He's just kind of standing there patting on his chest. Like, what's his role in all this? You guys don't know? Okay, so now they take their seats.
Yeah.
I am going to step off camera real quick. I need to do some calculations and use the restroom.
I'm sorry, was that a +9 to performance checks?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I did a +10.
I think my best is a +7.
So just so everybody that wasn't there is tracking, this band is the result of what happened when I ran a one-shot for Alyssa, Frankie, and Eric one night, called the Blue Alley, where it was pretty standard dungeon crawl where they just decided to create a band, and it was a pretty good time.
The reason we suck is because we don't have our bass player or our drummer with us.
Yeah,
What
Yeah,
happened to
what
your
the heck?
drummer?
I don't know.
Misfit.
Dude, our drummer got annoyed with us like 2 months in. And she said she couldn't take it anymore and she quit.
Oh.
What?
She did feel like their mom.
And believe it or not, because of the 11, Bronson takes the stage. All right, we have our winners. 5,000 gold. Winter of Caron and Vraak. He can't even believe it as he's opening up the envelope and reading it. But yeah, you guys had the higher average. Here's the deal. Each of you had 24s. Each of you had 23s. But that 11 did not get beat by your 20, Winter. So you guys take the stage. Where is Vraak? There you are. With Bronson, he hands you a big pouch just loaded with coin. And the whole crowd starts chanting, encore, encore, encore. Bronson leaves
I
you
would
guys on
love
How
stage.
long? How long was the competition total?
It's probably, we just ran through 6 bands, so it's probably been about an hour or so.
Oh, absolutely no encore. My ball knowledge is gone.
Yeah,
You can do a solo.
Winter's advantage is gone, so they go up there and they go, "Well, I would love to give you an encore. So many wonderful bards have played up here tonight that I feel it would be blatant robbery of me to not allow them the chance to take the stage once again and prove their worth to you. Such a wonderful crowd."
Song was robbed.
Yeah, and Song is looking pretty depressed sitting over there in his turtleneck and sunglasses, just head in his hands. He is upset.
How Jeff Goldblum is he looking? That's what I need to know.
I'd say about the hour and 30-minute mark of the fly. Winter, make a perception check for me.
Want to.
What was it?
A 1? That's a 1. That's a 1.
That's a 1. Yeah, so you don't notice what happens.
When Mordella eventually makes her way over to the table, she, without looking at the elf, tips her head back that way and says to Winter, "That elf back there, he helped you."
Good call. Do you look at the elf?
Winter
She
blatantly
explains,
stares him down.
that he basically cast a buffing spell on you.
Thank you, Mordella dear, for the knowledge. I did notice something happened before I went up to perform. I wasn't sure what it was. I should go offer this elf my thanks. Would you like to come with?
Of course I would. She gladly gets up with Winter.
Okay,
Yeah, so Winter's going to go talk to this elf.
Absolutely. And we'll just say that you guys settled up with Eldrick, Vrack. While this conversation is happening, you get 850 gold pieces from your winnings.
Fuck yes.
And Timber, you just get a chuckle. You never go for the sure thing. It's never a sure thing there, lad.
I won a night in the glory of a true genius.
You say so. That was a dirty trick, whoever cast that silence. But hey, first rule of Battle of the Bards is there is no rules. Short of bloodshed. Don't get any ideas for next year. All right. So, Winter and Mordella, you are definitely noticed long before you get to him, but he just seems kind of nonchalant, leaned up against. And like I said, it's this looks like a high elf with pointed ears and long, straight white hair, golden eyes, golden skin. And he kind of smirks at you, Winter, as you approach. Beautiful performance. Beautiful.
Thank you. It's so wonderful when people from the crowd get so invested in my music that they try to help me from their seats. It makes me feel so good about my skills.
He kind of smirks. Yeah, I don't. It's been quite some time since I've been to something like this. It's always interesting to visit places you haven't been in quite some time.
A fellow traveler, then?
One might say that.
Then, fellow traveler, what are you looking for on this journey? Fun, treasure, knowledge, or just to wander?
It's funny, it's been so long since I've been around these parts, but it felt like someone or something has been calling me. I thought I'd investigate that a bit.
Of course, when one is drawn to things they're not usually drawn to, it is best to investigate thoroughly.
He looks over at Mordella and he goes, "Yeah, I'd love to speak with you more. It's just," and he snaps his fingers. And Winter, you look around, and everyone in the pub, including your friends, is frozen in time. There's splashes of beer frozen in the air. And this creature seems to have cast some very powerful form of time stop. And only you and him are moving.
Wonderful. I don't like this at all.
I'm here because you called me here.
I called you here. Through what means?
Figured I'd ask you. And as he says that, behind his eyes, there's a flash of golden light.
You wouldn't have happened to have a different body when I called you, would you?
I have many bodies, many forms. This is the one I choose to walk in today.
Did I call you through my magic or through an offering?
Called me through your thoughts, your actions, your willpower. I don't know why. I heard you, but I did.
Well, perhaps you can unfreeze the time around us so that we may rejoin the party I am currently with, and maybe we can go on a journey for those answers together.
Maybe. I think there's a little more that I need to see. But I wanted you to know I'm watching. And he snaps his fingers again, and the time stop ends, and he vanishes. Mordella, you just saw this elf in the middle of a sentence disappear right in front of you.
He looks to Winter, astonished. I'm guessing Winter doesn't have the same reaction, and she's just like, how could that be?
Winter looks slightly shaken. She's like, either I just talked to my god, or when I made the offering in that dragon's name at the smithy, I brought him to life as an elf. One of the two. I think I need a drink.
Mordella also suggests maybe you use one of your downtime activities to research this.
That is a wonderful idea.
Actually, I'm going to allow you to make a history roll for me. Anybody want to bless her up or guidance or anything like that?
I don't have any
Please.
of those things. I would though.
Okay.
Let me see.
Well, then I got an 8.
Yeah, you're just too rattled right now to recall the tales from back home, or trying to remember the way that Gruff described Flathier, or stories about Navir, or anything like that. So you make your way to the bar and order something strong. All right. Is there anything anybody else would like to do inside of here? And if not, we can move on to Stars and Wishes, unless there's more conversations to be had regarding tonight's events.
I don't believe so.
I'm probably good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Winter.
Winter's good. She's having an existential crisis in the corner.
Winter, we will start. Aiden, we will start with you for Stars and Wishes.
Okay, stars to everyone, especially especially Vraak for helping get rid of some of the competition and earning us a lot of money, even though my dad's character therefore lost money on it. Wishes. I wish I had remembered that I had a dragon guy I was looking for until right before the conversation ended. That probably would have cleared things up for both me and Winter beforehand. But I can't really go back and change that. So here we are. This has happened now.
It definitely had. I thought I was being pretty on the nose about it, but hey. Alyssa.
I actually have a lot of stars. Like just the Timber and Mordella thing and being roomies. Like it just brought back memories. And then like tying in Divine Equine into this. Thrandil talking to a tree.
Hey, man.
And then so while you were kind of talking about Song in the Shadows, I was like off screen being like, would it be too meta for me to shout out, do you seek him? And they're like, yeah, it's too meta. And then like 5 minutes later, you like do the song and stuff. So I loved it. And then wish I also wish Kaden would have realized what was happening.
She was
Right, I'm
fucking
over
face
here
to
like
face with him.
I'm literally like staring at her going, what are you doing? What are you doing? This was great. I loved it.
Awesome. Cook, you're up.
Yeah, no, I had a great time. I'm glad that my one good performance roll helped because the rest of them went exactly as they should have. I think it was like an 8 and a 4 or some shit. No, the Battle of the Bards was fun. Um, I got to cast some tricksy spells that I wouldn't usually prepare. So it was nice to not just be casting combat spells. The puzzle was great. because like I play strategy RPGs all the time, and I hate puzzle battles. They get on my nerves so much to have to focus on both types of roleplay. But that was very nicely set up, and I was legitimately scared to walk into the bubbles. So if that's what you were trying to do, you did a great job. Um, to kill squirrels was awesome, and of course the role play in the beginning, like everybody else said, between Timber and Mordella, amazing. Um, no real wishes. We had puzzles, we had combat, we had non-combat role play. We we covered all the bases, so I got nothing to wish on.
Awesome. Max, you're up.
For stars, a lot of them tonight. Stoner Trees was a great creative choice. That was awesome.
Tree hugging trees.
Good. Yeah, good improv with the squirrel issue as well. That was awesome. I loved Winter's choice to just fuck with Thrandil during combat. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I enjoyed the role playing at the beginning. I like this character just kind of being nerdy and goofy and shit. It's a lot of fun. Two kind of wishes. Number one, I wish I would have understood the rules of the Bard battle a little bit more. Like I didn't know if there was gonna be multiple rounds or if we're gonna get a chance like in between rolls to affect things. But I was kind of planning to buff some folks or do some other things, but it just never.
So
It
I
never
did
happened 'cause I wasn't
originally.
sure.
I did originally plan for that to be 2 rounds because then it would have been Divine Equine against Winter and Vraak. However, with how late we're running, I went ahead and just made
Yeah.
it to 1 round.
But you know, it is what it is. And then my other wish was wizards are tough, and I have a lot of shit, and it's hard to keep track of what. And I think I was slowing some things down in combat because
It's okay. New
you know, I've
spells.
got my spell cards, but the spell cards don't tell you which ones are prepared. So I think D&D Beyond, what I've got built in there is the easiest, but at the same time, now I'm switching between 3 different tabs. So I just got to figure out something that's more efficient for me operating a wizard moving forward. But other than that, a lot of fun.
Awesome. Eric?
Stars to everybody. The RP was really good. Yeah, we like Cook said, we covered pretty much all the bases. Everything was great. Battle of the Bands was really fun. Yeah, had a great time. So stars to everybody for the role play. One wish. I wish we would keep going and see how far we can take this because every session is even more epic than the last. So just can't wait to see where we go with it.
Yeah.
All good.
Nick, you're up.
All right, so a lot of the stars I would have said were already said by other people, so I'll only mention things that weren't said by other people, except for just a star to you, Frankie, the DM. Tell a lot of prep work went into this one, and it was just a really fun session. But I want to give a star to Cook and Alyssa because watching you each learn how to play like the Cleric, the Echo Knight Fighter is a lot of fun. I hate to say it, Cook, but sometimes seeing your struggles and your frustration with the amount of concentration spells and things like that, it is the hard part about learning how to play a cleric. And those of us that have played one before are just like, yep, there it is. There's the frustration there, or the lack of melee usefulness sometimes. And just seeing the pure joy with Alyssa with using these Echo Knight Fighter abilities is awesome. Then just to echo something you were talking about, Max, yeah, wizards can be tough sometimes. It is a lot of bookkeeping. It's a lot of things to try to keep track of. And much like Cook was talking about earlier, you just sometimes don't prepare the right spells. And it feels the worst because they're sitting right there in your spell book and you just can't use them. Wishes, I don't really think I have any wishes. It's just been a lot of fun and everything. Looking forward to the next sessions.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go stars to everybody for the roleplay tonight. That was awesome. This was kind of like we've been playing with each other for almost a year, a lot of us here. So I wanted to do some throwbacks, some nostalgias and callbacks. And this all came because I was like, okay, well, these bandits are going to capture this gnome. All right, what's this gnome's profession? I got to create an NPC. They're going to talk to him. Oh, he's a bard. His daughter's with him. His daughter's also a bard. You know what? They're headed to a battle of the bands. And then this whole thing just grew off of this sphere idea I had of like, well, some of them will be trapped and some of them will have bandits in them. But I definitely wasn't. Stars to you, Thrandil, for deciding to talk with a fucking tree because I forgot I gave you that fucking spell with the bow and
Yeah.
and yeah. And remembering the squirrels because that tree was gonna remember if you didn't remember the squirrels.
Trees hold Doris grudges, I gotta say.
They live long. Wishes. No, this I do want to give a shout out to Rune Foundry and 2 Minute Tabletop for this map because I had so much prep work for today. I could not make every map that I wanted to, so I just grabbed this this map pack with some taverns in it, and that's the tavern that we use there.
Yeah, I like the art style, the cell shaded stuff. It's really
Yeah,
really good to look at.
I really like this map. So good on that. Battle of the Bands was fun. This is just I don't have any wishes. This was like I had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun preparing this, playing over it in my head all week, and then you guys still found a way to come up with scenarios that I never even considered. At first, the darkness wasn't going to disappear if you stepped into it, but then I thought the flying through it thing was such a cool idea. I was like, I want to make these things pop like bubbles. Because nobody's going to step into them. I could tell after the first 2 minutes that nobody was going to be brave enough to step into the sphere of darkness and find out what was in it. So I was like, nah, they're going to pop. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And Winter, you got your own episode.
Yeah, I did.
I cannot believe that you didn't realize that you were talking to the very god you've been looking for months.
The elf part, and then I forgot my own backstory while I was trying to figure out how I called this being. And my mom's literally sitting across the table, like, staring at me with actual hand movements, going, "What are you doing?"
Your parents had a heads up that something important for you was going to happen tonight. So, yeah, I was just like, man, these are the questions she's got for Navir. He's finally here.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's up, bro? He literally stopped time in front of you.
And I went, "Okay, cool, but let's
Yeah,
rewind
exactly.
a bit here and let's undo that part."
You had a chance, but hey, you'll see him again, maybe, depending on your actions in the future. I really wanted to reward you for the gold thing in the forge last week. That was a really cool role play moment that I did not appreciate enough in the moment that it happened. But on my second listen through, yeah, I realized that was pretty good stuff. So I wanted to reward that and then have fun. Like I said, it was my nostalgia episode. I pulled just about everything that we've ever done together into the night. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, and with that, anybody who needs to log off or has to log off can. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes.
Yep,
Yep, you have a test tomorrow. Good night.
Yeah, I have a test tomorrow.